wanna be free with my people to prosper and hold it down. Don't you sit and wait, contemplating on a revolution. The time is now. I just wanna be free. 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 Can't you see? I just wanna be free.
Hello, y'all. Okay, it's another episode of the Things I Wish I Knew About Money podcast. I'm your host, Kamille Smith, and today I decided, after a crazy quarter, I wanted to make fun of this quarter and to make it little, fun and lighten things. And I thought, who's the best person I can bring on to talk about not foolishness, love, guys, because I'm not the love expert, but this individual. Hello, Broski.
Hello, Miss
He is the
Kamille. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you? The love guru for this
Definitely
episode.
not that at all. I am probably the most uh non-love guru you can find. I think more so I'm just a realist, and realists tend to be the people that, tell the truth all the time. I think that's more so what you
Mm.
come to me for.
So this episode will definitely be a reality check, but I already told him from the jump, listen, come correct or I'll mute you.
My whole thing is make this fun, but make it uh educational at the same time.
Absolutely. And for the folks that haven't seen you in a very long time, because you've been on for a couple of episodes, let them know who you is.
Okay, so as you can see, my name is Junior Stephen. I I'm a man of many hats, I should say. Um, I currently have a family business I run with my father called HBBS Auto Equipment Leasing, and we do leases for equipment, trucks, vehicles, whatever you can. Uh, my joke and motto is, if we can confiscate it, we can definitely lease it to you, and it's lease to own, so that makes it pretty cool. And outside of that, I also am part of a crew called the Wealthy Anonymous Crew. So it's myself, CEO Tim, Ryan, and Majestic. We have a podcast on Friday nights at 8 o'clock on X, and it's called Off the Cuff, and we talk about everything from fashion, crypto, sneakers,
Basketball.
video games, anime, basket sports, whatever it is, whatever the topic comes up, if it's relevant, we definitely talk about it. And also later, I did ask one of my co-hosts to jump in and join us, so that'll be a cool little thing for us to do, also, just to kind of
Oh
build that.
boy.
Yeah,
Means I'm gonna be like
double.
it's
Yeah, you're definitely gonna
exactly,
be on
which
your.
is
It's called a tag team.
wild.
Off the rope. Pause. By the way, yes.
Yes,
Let's
pause,
continue.
because this is my brother from another. Um I found out that it's SneakerCon. I'm surprised you didn't go, sir.
So this show is called "The Things I Wish I Knew About Money," and one of the things
Listen.
that I have
Oh,
learned about that
uh-huh.
is uh sometimes being financially responsible is knowing your weaknesses and not putting yourselves in situations that's going to lead to you spending all of your money. So I do not put myself in situations that's going to cause me to spend unnecessary money. My
You
sneaker
hear that,
collection is
folks?
quite vast already. I don't think, and I have a couple that I want to pick up right now. So I'm kind of weighing like what's more important, going to sneaker con and picking up like a 1, 2 pair of kicks, or buying 4 or 5 pair of kicks with the same amount of money. It's, as you say, be cost effective. So I'm trying to make sure that I do that. So that was definitely how I thought things through.
You're a wise man.
Yeah.
You're a wise man, because I know some people are like, "Oh, but this, I'm gonna go."
Oh, yo, for
Um,
sure. Like, but I also, I mean, I was thinking, I could flip a couple of sneakers, but then I have an unhealthy attachment to my kicks, so yeah, not a thing.
True. Actually, this segues into one thing. So for the ladies that have fellas that are or are talking to fellas that are sneakerheads, shameless plug. Unless it's only today, then you're screwed over. Because you, if if it's tomorrow, then you still have a chance. Because I think it's what is it still September? Take a man on a date month.
That's what I heard. Um, yeah.
And yes, I know I said it basically at the end of the month, but hear me out. Hear me out. On my defense, I did not remember about that. But I mean, for the ladies that do want to take out their man or a guy that they're talking to, by all means,
But
it's
I feel
it's
like it shouldn't
available.
be just this month. I feel like you should do that for your man every
Sir,
so often.
sir, it's not only this month. You know this.
No, I'm not saying that. I get it, but what I'm saying is, sorry, my camera kind of went there for a second. What I'm saying
Uh-huh.
is that there is moments when, you know, it's nice as a man to, your lady hits you up and is like, "Hey, babe, let's just go grab something to eat," and you're like, "What should I wear?" Like, yeah, because my wifey or the lady got me, and I'm finna be on 10 today.
I'm glad you're saying that. So you're saying that you do get treated ever so often?
I have been treated every so often.
Okay. You're making it
Yes.
seem like you you haven't.
No, like, listen, it depends on the person I'm in a relationship with. So I'm one of those
Okay.
people. I'm very private about my relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And previous relationships, I've had people take me to dinner, not including my birthday. I kind of feel like that's not really something that you count. Anybody that counts a person's birthday is like wild and outrageous to me. But I figure like if you are a person that, let's say, you're just saying, "Hey, listen, like your partner, me, and I'm speaking as a male, a man.
Mm-hmm.
If my woman sees that I'm having a rough week, my week's been tough. Sometimes I just want to just, hey, babe, let's go get something to eat.
Okay. Okay. See, so
That's nice. Now, if you want to just do a Uber Eats thing at home, I'm good with that too.
listen, we're trying to be cost efficient, Mister. I
Hey,
want to
listen,
go get Uber from down the street.
listen. Uber Eats with your partner, with your young lady, and a back rub never hurt nobody.
Touche, touche. You know what? That makes sense. That makes sense. I understand. I understand, sir. So that makes sense. But you know what's wild about this take? Well, it's not wild. It's not wild. I promise it's
Could be
not wild.
wild. It just depends on what the take is. So let me hear the take first, and then we can consider if it is wild or
Be-
if it's not wild.
because they were trying to say, oh, let me find it again. You know I like. So it's September is National Take a Man on a Date month. Many experts recommend a budget range from 300 to 500 so the man can be appreciated.
You want my take?
You go first. Because they're trying to and sorry, there's two takes on that. It's that amount and they were saying that women should spend 3x. I've seen like different posts and the audacity that people were sending it to me. Don't send it to me, okay?
So okay, so there's a couple of things I like to address. I think sometimes people take these things and they run with it because of one, the narrative has been passed that men spend so much money on dates for women and blase, blase, blah blah. So I figure that's the narrative that's being pushed. Is like, well, if I spend this much money on me, you should
Mhm,
spend. I spend this much money on you. You should spend this much money on me, which kind of is unfair to me. Like, your budget is your budget. Whatever you can afford, cool. If that's what you choose to do, whatever you can afford is dope. If you want to spend 300 on me, cool. Now, I will say this to you. Most men, as much as they that 300 or that
mhm,
500, they'd be like, bruv,
mhm.
that is two pair of sneakers. Like,
Fair,
or that is
fair.
something that I actually enjoy. That is a video game. That's a video game and dinner. Like, we could not have to spend this 300 on just one dinner night. Like, that's outrageous. Like, we could do something simple. You want to give me that bread? I
Enjoy the
will flip some.
drinks.
We could do some steaks at the crib, and I could order me a nice pair of kicks or a nice baseball, or we could take that and go to a basketball game. Or it doesn't have to
Mhm.
simply just be one specific thing. And I think people have to kind of understand that. And like $300 is a lot of money. So like for $300, we can do a couple things well besides going to dinner, right? So yeah, that's
And
definitely
that's per
definitely
date.
a lot.
And granted, I have seen a bill that much.
For
Not
three
saying
bills,
I was, huh? 3 bills.
listen,
However, it wasn't by my choice. They're like, no, no, do whatever. And two, okay, the first of all, the drink alone was like $25, and I was like,
okay,
golly.
here's my thing. I have spent $300 to $400 on a dinner date, but it was me
mm,
and a group of people.
uh,
So like it wasn't like just me and one other person. And like even if I was to do that, it like says it's
yeah.
your birthday. That's like, for example, we've gone to dinner, maybe we catch a
Hmm.
basketball game, maybe we'll go to like another event. Like I've done that where we went out.
Yes. Like different events.
Yeah, so we did different events, and plus we got a hotel for the night just so like we could do something fun and special. That became
This is
costly.
supposed to be
But that's a
PG
choice that I chose to
13,
make because I
sir.
wanted to do something. What? What slick thing did you just say?
Amiga.
If we trying to go to Pettyville, we know I'm
I was
here
not
for
petty.
it.
You said hotel and everything. I was like, golly, we're trying to be PG 13.
Definitely we
Well,
being PG-13, but we're going downtown. Who's trying to drive through the traffic so that you can make all your events on
listen,
time? Like
the
I'm not doing
traffic.
that. Traffic in Toronto is not kosher. So no matter how you want to look at it, I'm not doing it. You see it?
I
I drink
agree.
to that too, boo. I drink to that too.
I agree. I agree. So you're saying that I'm not saying I wouldn't. Let me use my words wisely before anyone, just like takes these words. I can understand spending $300. I don't think I would spend $300 each and every time.
I could see $300 for multiple dates, but then also that has to be the same way for vice versa, right? For a
Mhm.
man, if you were taking a young lady out, it should be multiple dates. $300 to $500 should be spent on, not just one single date. I don't have anything to prove to you. Listen, there's an old saying:
Uh-huh.
if you lead with money,
I mean,
I'll leave it at
I
that.
feel
If you,
like
as a man, if you
Mhm,
lead with money,
mhm,
you end up buying shit. Like this is what it is. You lead with money. That's all the person sees you for. Like
true.
people keep forgetting that. Like there's some people. There's an old Caribbean saying: people can
Mhm,
fall in love with your hand,
mhm,
right? So people have this thing where they believe like, oh, if I do this for her financially and I take care of this person, do this, yeah. So now that's now the expectation. You can lead with your hand. So and people can fall in love with your hand, and you're leading with money. That's what you're leading with. So yeah. But to stick to the subject matter, no. Uh, take a man out for dinner for one thing, that's cool, but that should be
mm.
something that should be done every 2 months. Do that for you, man. Every 3 months, and you guys have and keep
Oh,
a nice budget,
okay.
or you guys
So
could do it one you one do it 1 month, the other do it
switch.
the other month, and switch back and forth.
Hold on,
Relationship doesn't
hold on.
have to be doesn't your relationship should not be set by societal construct. Whatever works
N-
for you two works for you two. That's it.
Now,
If he say he
now I
going
have a
all the
question.
time and that works for y'all and he's happy with it, by
Mhm.
all means, boo boo, eat your belly full and enjoy it. And vice versa. If your girl want to take care of all the dinners for you, I'm down for it. It ain't that difficult.
So hold on, you're saying every other month. So I'm asking based on committed relationships, not like, in the startup. Once a month, a date?
If that's what works for you guys, once a month. Some people do once a week. It just depends on what works for you guys. Some
Okay.
people have
Okay.
houses and mortgages. Some people live in apartments and they don't got nothing to pay for. It depends on your budget. You need to do what works for you. Boo boo.
You're right. You're right. You're right. I understand. I get it. You're so silly. Because I was about to say, I was like, pay for a guy's date every other month. And hold on, sorry, we have people in. Hi, Minnie on cam. Boop boop boop. And she also they call us gold diggers when they're leading with money in the first place. Hey, I the gold diggers aspect is a different beast that I don't.
No, it's not really a different beast. I feel like if you lead with money and the
Mhm.
person then expects that from you, that person, even though they may have gold digging tendencies, they're not a gold digger. That's what you told them your relationship is built over or around. Now, if the person is with you and they're trying to manipulate you to get money, manipulation. I don't know if you get that joke, but if you're trying to,
You're
but
so
if you're
dumb.
trying to, if the person is then trying to like find ways to manipulate you to get you to do certain things, that's gold
Yeah.
digging. But if you lead with money, bro, that's what you're saying that you bring to the table. So if you
All
coming out
right,
here
that's
like, yo,
not.
I got it like that, yeah, then for sure.
So fellas, be mindful. But ladies as well, be mindful as well. Because, it is, I like to say the word cuffing season. And I only say cuffing season as a joke. I say cuffing season as a joke because, it's, even though it's not cold yet, the weather is still sweet up. Um, but for the individuals that partake in cuffing season, because I'm just chilling, I'm just
Can we
trying to
define
build.
cuffing season?
Define cuffing season? Hold
Not
on, sir.
ChatGPT. Like just
I'm not going
define
to use
cuffing season.
ChatGPT. I'm going to use, can I not use Urban Dictionary? Is that
Sure, you
okay?
can use Urban Dictionary.
All
Fine.
right.
By all means, let's use Urban Dictionary.
Oh, there, here it's, oh, it's actually, that's wild. It said African American usage. I'm highly offended. This is the
Definitely
Oxford
so.
Dictionary. Wow.
I
Okay,
mean,
so
racism is a little bit heightened these days, so let's just leave that alone. But continue.
the cold autumn and winter months seen as a period when it's especially desirable to enter into a romantic relationship. So that is the
So here's
definition
okay. So
of cuffing
off your
season.
definition, what I'm
Mhm.
hearing is simply this:
Mm.
I won't go outside, so I'm trying to make sure that that nookie is or that dingling is right where I need it to be in my yard, easy to get to. Like, let's be honest. Like, cuffing season to me, Mises, and this is my personal opinion, so no one can say this is Cam's or anyone else's. This is my personal opinion. My personal opinion is simply this: cuffing season to me is pretty much people being lazy and not wanting to do the work. Like, you don't want to be in a relationship in the summertime, and you say, in the summer, I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna while out, do my thing, and then when people are inside their houses, I'm gonna make sure I have somebody that I can be with. And then what happens after that? As soon as it start getting warm outside, you find a reason to Deuce Bigelow, male gigolo, it out of there.
To
So it's like
skedaddle, golly.
we have to kind of be real about it. Like, what exactly are we trying to get out of relationships?
But
Because cuffing season, all it is just if you want to be frank, and I'm going to be a little bit rude, so do mind my rudeness. All cuffing season really is
mhm.
you know wintertime on call. That's all cuffing season is. It's not relationship booty. it's it's called winter booty call. That's
So
what we
you're
used to call it
saying
back
if
in the day.
if you're saying a guy says, "Yo, I'm just ready for cuffing season," I should be like, "Hmm, what are your intentions,
First of all,
sir?"
listen, if you're in your 20s and you want to do that shit, cool. You past 35 doing that, I'm looking at you like, fam, what are we doing here?
There's some people in their
Relationship
40s
time,
doing
sir.
it.
Like, no, but I'm being real. Like, at 35, you're just playing the games. Like, you're just out here like, yo, I'm just gonna be out here playing games. I'm just trying to get to the yams, as the homie would say, and keep it pushing. So it's like, what are we talking about? Like, there is like that's a 19, 20, even 28, 30. Cool. You want to play those games and do your thing? But after a while, when are we gonna get to the point where we're looking at it like one, it's bad investment.
Is it?
Let's be honest, because in the wintertime you're gonna spend money, time, all that stuff with a person that you're gonna then throw away in summertime for you to go have some fun. You're just throwing money
It's
away.
the throwaway. Golly.
That's what it is.
But I feel like
Are
in
you
the
are you gonna
wintertime, it's
keep
a
the
little bit more affordable. If
but that
I'm
money still, but that's money that you're not investing into somebody that you see anything long term with. If you're seeing someone long term with them and you're investing the money into them, I can see that. But
okay,
but that means you're just throwing that money just because you're gonna have to entertain. You're gonna have to do some romantic relationshipy thing. 'Cause that's what cuffing season is, a fake relationship, and then from there you're gonna go about your business. What are we talking about?
fake relationship, isn't that called what's the word? What are
A
the
situationship,
new ages?
pretty much.
At least hold on. There's comments in the chat. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. I was trying. Do all men want the date night though? Oh, well, darn. Some men really may appreciate something else outside of the date night, another type of experience, or making the capital for something. Sir, what does that mean?
So that same okay, so CEO Tim, we'll have him on in a bit so we can have that
You know what?
conversation. Let's save that comment.
I'm saving this. I'm starring it so I can remember. Make sure it
Yes, we're gonna
doesn't
have him on in like 10 minutes.
cause
So we'll
you
we'll
lucky.
definitely bring this back up so we can have that conversation. So yeah,
Stuff.
most definitely.
And this is why they created the booty call agreement. But booty call agreement. So that's not a situationship. I'm just trying to confirm. I don't know these terms. I'm just saying what I'm reading.
Here's my thing. Whenever we gotta get to the points of agreements, I think we should stay away from it after a certain age. I'm just being
Why?
honest.
How? Agreement isn't
I'm just
two
saying
people coming
agreement.
together an agreement
That's
overall.
a union. That's a whole different thing, man. An agreement is like we gonna have this agreement so when shit go left real quick fast because we both know what we here for.
Mm, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay.
Like
So
there's context to words.
wait, hold on. Just to let anyone know, I am not saying to make a booty call agreement or any sort. If you two are, the feelings are mutual, then boom, bam, bam. All right? But
I
not like that.
would say make a booty call agreement if you young and that shit is what you want to do. Make that booty call agreement and protect yourself. The first clause in there should be please make sure you bring your medicals so I can see if you do or do not have anything.
That is true. You know what? I feel like a lot of people don't do that, and I feel that should be the requirement for cuffing season. Golly Bob,
First of all,
especially if you were crazy.
is doing cuffing. Okay, cuffing season should be have an age requirement.
What's the age? Okay, so we're saying cuts off at 35?
No, cuts about 30.
30. Okay.
30. At 30, you need to start figuring life. you had your whole 20s to play the fool.
Whoa, whoa,
30,
whoa. Sometimes people are in those, the what's it called?
young committed
Early,
relationships.
yeah, young committed
That's great.
relationships.
That's cool. And at 30, you should be looking to see if you can get yourself into another one.
Touche, touche.
And
Hold on,
before you do that, what you need to do is get therapy, heal yourself, work on yourself, and then you can move on. But jumping into a booty call or them situations ain't gonna make you a better person. You ain't gonna fix you. You just making yourself worse.
You're right. You're right. I hear that. I hear that. Mm, my gosh. And you know what?
Part of wealth is health.
And finding someone ideal is part of that journey too. Because
True. But I
assets
mean,
and
your finance
liabilities.
part of someone ideal also helps with the mental health. Because if you stressing or dealing with unnecessary drama, you're not focusing on getting to and on building your wealth or building yourself as a person or building proper relationships. You're bringing a negative baggage into your life. Unnecessary.
True.
I mean, I'm here for these jokes, but I'm also here for these truths.
So, ladies and gentlemen, do not think about your mental health when it comes to and your pockets when it comes to whoever you're dating, you know? I mean, let's see. They need to make an appointment at hassle-free clinic and get tested as a date night. Oh, that's an
Great advice.
interesting date night. Hold on, hold on. That's a good one. Jeez, should make that business, yeah. Um, there's also one thing I wanted to say. What? So my thing about dating, there's a difference with dating and outing. Because obviously, hold on, let me say it correctly. There, when it comes to that take a man on a date thing, does it have to only be someone that you're romantically involved with, or can it be platonic? Because I feel like if there's guy friends that you have that you're not dating, it's strictly platonic. Of course, you could treat them as well and show them appreciation and just do an outing. I like to say an outing instead of a date so it's not awkward.
You're hanging out. It's a hangout. It don't have to be an outing.
Okay.
What are we? What are we? The 1960s, 1930s?
Perfect. So my question
No, go ahead. It's
is,
a hangout.
what type of things are a hangout or a date?
That's a good question. It's a really good question. Okay, so anything that's like
Because
romantic, anything that's romantic is not a
yes.
hangout. Like if we're
Okay.
like, if you want to go watch like the sunset and the whole hand, like no. But if you're gonna go have dinner, cool. If you want to go to arcade, cool. Like there's some things that's just works. Some
Good.
things are just can be for either one. And there's like, but if you're going to like, for example, some expensive um restaurant and just you guys are like super dressed up and suited and booted, and you guys are sitting in candlelight, like no, that's just not a thing. You laugh, but it's true. But if you're doing something that's a little bit like different, like if you
What
guys are
if
going,
you
like for example, if you guys gonna go painting together and stuff like that, that's cool.
yeah.
Like just whatever you guys have that's in common, it works.
Mhm. Okay. So now I'm going to throw some things out, like some words out. Coffee,
First date.
video call.
We're having a phone call.
Is it considered a date?
Hell no. How is that a date? Now,
Listen,
there's an exception. There is an exception.
what's the
Like,
exception?
if
And let
we've
me
been together for a long time and
okay.
we're living in, like, say, example, I'm traveling or I'm away, I've been away for a few months or whatever, or for a while, and then I choose to say, hey, listen, let's have a date, and we order the same thing and we sit down and we eat it together as like like something to keep us connected.
Like during COVID
Cool.
times, that's what
Yes,
happened.
that's
That was
different.
cute.
But if
That was
we
actually
live,
sweet. I was like, oh.
but if we live in the same city, or we live, and you telling me call me so we can have a video chat for the first date, don't call me. Don't waste your data or your minutes. None of that stuff. Now it's cool. Leave me's alone.
Leaves me alone. What else? What else?
It's laziness. That's a different type of laziness I've never heard of.
Oof.
What happened to interperson conversation? I want to see your reactions. I want to understand. Like, there's something called reading body language, feeling people's energy. What am I supposed to do? Just be on here playing guess who?
What else? What else? Um, Cheesecake Factory.
That's I mean, it depends. If you like Cheesecake Factory, it's a good date. If you like it, you like it. We are not finished. We not about to date shame people.
No,
No
no,
date
no. I'm
shaming.
just asking. I'm not date
No, I'm
shaming.
just
I'm
saying
asking.
people in general can't
Mm.
date shame. Like, yo, if that's something that you like it. Let's keep it
Mhm.
pushing.
As long as both people.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What if I
As
say?
long
What
as
if I
both
say?
people agree that it's a date.
Yes. Now you can,
Okay.
and also you can't be unreasonable. If the person said Cheesecake Factory is something they like and that's what they can afford, that's what they can afford. If you think you want some some $50, I mean $60 plate food or $80 plate food or $120 plate food, yo, you could treat yourself to that too if you want
That's
it that
true.
bad.
Actually, I found an
Or
article.
or we could do something amazing. There's
Like
this
what?
new thing out here. It's new. It just came out.
You're so
It's
dumb.
called Dutch. Like, if it's that important to you that you really want to go to this restaurant, we can go Dutch.
Wait, okay. Are we going Dutch if you chose the place?
No, what I'm saying is if for example, let's say someone comes to you and says, "Hey, let's go to this place to have like, I want to go on a date. Let's go to this place to have dinner." And you go,
And
"Oh, no,
I'm
that's
able to
beneath
see
me."
what the menu is?
Sure. And you say, "No,
Mm.
I don't like this place. I want to go somewhere else." And you're like, "Okay, well, tell me where you want to go." And then the person sees
Mm.
you show the place, and the person sees it, and the person's like, "Yeah, well, that's a little bit out of my budget right now." Cool. And he said, "I mean, I can afford that for one person, but not two. You can go Dutch." I
Sorry.
personally believe first dates, first, second, and third dates should be Dutch. My personal belief.
First, second, third date should go
Yes.
Dutch?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well,
I'm just saying interesting.
no, I'm just saying for me, my belief system is we're here, getting to
Mhm.
know each other. You're not getting to know my
Mhm.
pockets. You're getting to know me as a person. So
Mhm.
if things don't work and we both walk our separate ways, guess what? There's nothing holding us up. You don't feel obligated, and I don't feel obligated. Because a lot of time, people out here wanting men to spend $300, $400, $500 on a date. And when the man turn around and go, "Where them cheeks?" We're like, "Oh, whoa, 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 now."
Fair enough. That's why,
So let's just go Dutch.
like mommy always said, make sure you have your Vex money.
Yo, I believe in that quickly. By the way, let's get CEO Tim on here. So let's see what he has to say.
Is he in? Does he have the link? Wait, is he?
He's already here, so I'm just gonna get him to
Okay.
just jump on here with me.
All right,
Upper
sir.
only, I believe. What up? What up? What up?
Hello, hello,
Try
hello.
me again. What up, Killer
Yes, yes,
Cam?
yes. But wait, let me see the question that you put because I haven't been looking at the comments. Sorry. So
Mhm.
I did start. So you said, and I'll repeat. Or do you want to say it? Do you want to say what you said, sir?
Oh, go ahead,
Yeah,
Cam.
go
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Do all men want the date night though? Some men may appreciate something else outside of the date night. Example, another type of experience, or
You're
using
not
that
meaning.
capital.
I heard the
Sorry,
clear my
sorry.
throat thing. Yeah.
Sorry, or using that capital for something else that benefits them both. Please explain.
So, and there's another comment that I put in as
Yes,
well
yes,
in the
I'll
chat,
do it
right? So,
afterwards.
I don't think every man typically enjoys dating, right? I
Okay.
think that's more of a thing that society's kind of put into the ethos, right? You have to go on dates to get to know a person, to court a person.
Mhm.
I think that's very like one dimensional and kind of like simplistic. I think there's other ways to get to know somebody and to court them without having to always be in this date setting.
Question: What do you mean dating in the sense of like going to dinner?
See, even that, even calling going to dinner dating, like there's so many more things you can do. And I
Mhm.
think the term dating is so kind of like confined into this very rigid way of courting a person. And it's been that way for, 100 years or whatever, right? Back in,
Centuries.
medieval times. I'm gonna go take
We
this
didn't
lady.
start it. We
Yeah.
didn't start it. It's just something that's been ingrained. So, okay. So you're saying instead of a date night, what is another way that you could get to know someone while courting them?
Well, before that, let's go to like the relationship. So that you said was like the woman's supposed to take the guy on a date and give him allocate $300 to $500 for that appreciation date night thing, right? That was the first part.
That's what they're saying.
That's
So
what
my
they were
comment was
saying. That's what the expert was
in
saying.
response to that. So for
Mhm.
I'm with somebody, rather than them spend $500 on a date night for us, I said, hey, you know
Mhm.
what? There's a better use of that capital that I would probably more appreciate. If you're trying to honor me, right? It's supposed to honor the
Mhm.
man in this situation.
Okay.
Whatever the man's involved in, what he's interested in. Like for me personally, be like, hey, babe, I know that you're involved in investing. I
Mhm.
put aside $500 over the past couple of months. Let's sit down and you can teach me because you're passionate about this. This is going to make you happy because I don't really care about going to eat at a restaurant. It's not my thing.
Mhm.
And we can do this together and grow our wealth together, right? To me, that's
Question,
a good
sir.
example of like, sorry, go ahead, go ahead.
Question. So what you're saying is sitting down and putting that in investments together before.
Because once again, it's honoring the man. You're taking the man on a date to honor him, to show you appreciate him. That was the
Premise.
purpose, right? The premise.
Correct. However, is
But
this a committed relationship?
yeah, for sure. I'm
Oh,
assuming, right? I'm assuming that.
No, like for whoa. So let's kind of backtrack. Now,
investing?
if people are saying this for a newly developed relationship, that is
Yeah.
wild,
Wow.
outlandish,
Yeah,
and
yeah, that's
crazy.
crazy.
No,
That's why
no
I
one
had
is
to
spending
change my
$300 on
position.
somebody I just met the other day.
Yeah.
No, nah, fam, I'm good. I'm first of all, that comes with some form of attachment. Like you got to
Mhm.
drop something off that I'm not trying to do because me and you ain't on that level. So let's just leave it at cool. That should be for like somebody you've been. And I put a caveat: you should have been with
Mhm.
that person for at least 2 to 3 years before you even do that, because you
Okay.
really don't get to know a person. A year doesn't make you get to know a person. So you can't just
True.
say a year and you get to know a person. It takes
Mm.
a little bit longer than that.
Okay, so experience like that, or buying a gift. I feel like gift giving, or you looked at me like you're not accustomed to getting gifts.
So it sounds like this goes back to even love languages. How does the man want to receive this appreciation? That's a question that I
Okay.
didn't even hear in this scenario. Hey, and I saw this thing a few weeks ago. Yeah, take your
Mhm.
man out, $500 date. Does the man even want that $500 date? I think 9 times out of 10, most men would say we can use that money to do something else.
Me personally, I'd probably say, yo,
Mhm.
find something that we both want to do. We both want to like to do together. So maybe you say, hey, let's go get mani pedis. We may say, hey, let's find like do like Porsche has this little thing where you can go test drive cars. Let's find something
Yeah.
that's a little bit different that we both can enjoy. That money doesn't have to be dinner or something like that. Like let's
Okay.
be, the funny part is like, you hear
An
a lot of times the
experience.
women say to men, um, don't just give me the typical thing. Be imagine, use your imagination. Same thing. Because let's be honest, men and women don't like the same things.
Mhm.
So like for example, a
Mm.
great date for a
Mhm.
woman, maybe going to dinner and then going for a walk and doing things. A date for a guy, maybe have dinner, go home and watch
Mhm.
anime,
That's very true.
cuddle up. Like
Yep.
we're different, right? So at the end of it all, there's compromise in all things. So I feel like what's happened with society is that we've been so focused on trying to always follow what social media says is what's supposed to be that we end
Which
up
is
now
not
saying, well,
real.
this is how it is. Otherwise, the person's not doing right by me. It's like, nah, fat.
Hmm.
If that shit works for you and that's all that matters. It's you two in a relationship, not you and society. It's you two.
Yeah. It,
So
that's ideal. That's ideal. Hold on. I haven't looked at any of the comments in a minute. Sorry.
Oh, do you think? Do you think?
We need to bring back courting. There's actually, Tim, did you answer the question I asked?
Which was again.
What other things other than dates
we just gave some
get
examples.
the
Yeah, those different
okay,
examples,
okay,
but it's per
okay.
person, right? And I think once again, the way that it was proposed on social media was like it only focused on taking a man on a date the same way a man takes a woman on a date. That's how it was kind
Yeah.
of relegated, right? I think the conversation could have evolved and said, "Hey, what does this look like for what is the man how does the man want to receive the appreciation?"
Or
That was never asked.
or it could you don't even have to be asked. Could just say, appreciate your man by doing something that you know he would like.
Hmm.
That's all.
Well, yeah, because okay,
Because sometimes a man
ideally,
may say, sorry, go ahead.
hmm? No, because ideally, if it's someone that you're committed to, you know what their likes and desires are. I would
True.
hope. I would hope.
That that would hope. Because I was gonna say sometimes somebody may say, hey babe, this is your appreciation day. What do you want? Leave me alone.
Yeah, that's a possibility too. Leave me alone in solitude.
I'm about to go downstairs, turn
Mm.
on my Xbox or my PlayStation or my PC, and I don't want to be bothered.
All right,
Yeah.
boom. So they know, like, oh, the newest game that he likes is out.
Pick that up
I'm
for
gonna go
him.
get it.
100%.
Drop that off. Give him some snacks, some foods, and say, "Babe, I'm going out with my girls."
I'll see you in a few hours.
And
Yeah,
he's be like, "I love you."
exactly.
It's funny. I think sometimes people overcomplicate relationships.
You
The
don't
same way people
say.
overcomplicate finance, people overcomplicate relationships.
Hmm.
True, 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 true.
Sometimes it's simple as a simple thing. Paying attention,
Mm-hmm.
paying attention.
Paying
Uh,
attention.
what was what I'm looking for?
Being thoughtful.
Well,
Being
being
thoughtful
thoughtful
is
is kind of paying
good.
attention.
Okay, okay, okay.
So, but being attention and being thoughtful is kind of the same thing to me. It's the
Okay.
same thing. Discipline, for sure.
Discipline.
The same way you have to
Okay.
be disciplined in your relationship, you have to be disciplined with finances,
Mhm.
right? So those two to me are super important. And three, try to be knowledgeable. So learn your partner, learn finance in some form of fashion. Like pick up on hints and little things, right? And communication. So communication would be,
Key.
hey, in a relationship,
Is
communicate with your partner.
key.
In
Yeah.
communication is communicate with somebody who's your financial advisor, or talk to your partner and say, hey, what are we doing right? What are we not doing right? How can we do this? How can we make more? Like those are the important things in relationships and in finance.
I'm glad that you said that because I do have an article for that. I am gonna have my articles out, but I'm trying to do my poll at the same time. With those type of conversations, how early do you have money conversations then in a relationship?
Should be immediately, I think, right? As you know, it's a huge hurdle and a huge reason why a lot of relationships and marriages break up is because of finances, right? Because they neglected to have the conversation to understand where they both were, what their end goals were, what their visions were for the finances. Like a lot of people are not on the same page, and then they're scared to communicate this or to speak deeply about it. And I don't know why there's a stigma around men and
Talking
women
about
in
your finance?
relationships talking about finances. Yeah.
So I slightly disagree.
Ooh.
And the reason why I do is we don't have to have that conversation until we're gonna put our lives, merge our lives together.
Okay, fair enough. I agree with that.
Merge
Yeah.
Until
how?
then,
Like,
either we're gonna live together, either
okay.
we're about to get engaged. We're
Mhm.
starting to think about maybe, hey, you know what? It's been 4 or 5 years, or 3 years, or 2 years. Let's have that conversation. Maybe we want to, as we're continuing, because
Yeah.
until we have to either move in together or we're about to get engaged, yo,
Mhm.
whatever you choose to do with your finance, that's on you. Just don't pull me into it.
Okay, fair enough. But I add a layer to that. I think it's important to speak about it from the beginning because I think there's always hidden expectations of what the man's gonna do or the woman's gonna do, like how many times they're gonna date for the week or go on vacations together or whatever it may be, right? There's hidden expectations.
But I also think that those expectations are not something
Mhm.
I have to have a conversation with. If a person's reasonable, they're reasonable. And I think that's the issue.
Okay.
People have to start dating reasonable people.
Okay, fair enough.
Like if a person is
That's
expecting
why we have
specific
cuffing
things,
season. I'm joking. Continue.
really, cuffing season. That's what we have cuffing season for. No, the reason we
I'm
have cuffing season for is because people got tired of the summertime, realizing that they weren't going to get that anymore. So they got to find somebody new because all the partying and all the jumping from person to person is done.
Mm-hmm.
Now they got to start taking the medication for them to get rid of what they got in the summer.
And I
And
am not
slingshots.
judging whoever does that. If that's what you do, that's what you do. But let's
I'm
try to
judging.
be
Yeah.
more.
I'm judging
No
after
judgment.
a certain age. After a certain age, I'm judging you. Grow up.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but I agree with you.
You know what's funny? Why can't we hold people our age accountable? Why is accountability? Because that's what we've become that way in society, right?
Mhm.
Financially, we want to hold everybody accountable. You got to be smart with your money. You got to be do this. And when people make bad life decisions in other parts of their life, well, you know what? I'm not allowed to tell them what to do. Let them do that. So we should have that same. We should have that same thing for finance. When you make bad financial decisions, we should be like, you know what? My bad. I can tell you what to do. I'm not even going to do this podcast anymore and talk to you about. We shouldn't have financial advisors because clearly we should just let people be out here wilding, and then let things occur as it may.
And then let it
Chips
burn.
fall with
And
you
then
if
they
you
say,
may.
"Oh my gosh, what happened? You didn't take the advice. You
No,
thought you were
no.
good."
You happened. When people ask me that question, oh my God, what happened? You happened. I'm just being real.
Yeah, that's
Listen,
fair.
that's one of the one thing that we talk about on our pod.
Mhm.
Off the cuff, it's one of the things we talk about. Like there has to be a level of accountability from people.
Yeah.
We need to hold our friends accountable. We need to hold our race accountable. We need to hold our communities accountable.
Mhm.
Because without accountability, people be out here wilding. So, like, and then we look at the young kids and we're like, oh, why are they like this? All these little young YNs and da-da-da-da. It's like, fam, half of us are the reason.
Listen, did you see that post where it said the reason why all this chaos is happening is because of rent is now 200 to 3,000 a month. There's only part-time jobs. Groceries has skyrocketed. Of course, these youths are gonna be going wild and things.
Okay, so do you want to address this or do you want to just stick on the relationship topic? 'Cause this is a little bit of a fecal topic matter we're gonna go into here. So I don't know if you want to continue this conversation.
We could go wherever we want to. It's my show. I could do whatever I want.
All
Continue.
right, cool. Say less. All right, so here's the situation. There's a lot of different aspects to this than simply just food cost and all these different things. Yes, there are situations like that. Same way people got to pay mortgages. I got a mortgage to pay. It ain't cheap. I still got to figure out how to live life.
True.
There comes on a point where you have to look at yourself as a person, look in the mirror, and say, okay, is what I'm doing going to lead me down a path where I might end up in jail, or I'm gonna have to struggle for a bit, but I'm gonna have to figure this out. Because last I checked, and listen, this has a lot to do with, and as most people know, I'm not a super political person, but I pay attention to politics, and this has a lot to do with what's going on in the states, what's going on with the society as a whole. And I think later on I want to kind of have a quick conversation about what happened in Canada today with the bill being signed between Canada and Hyundai, but technically it's Korea if you want to be real. But to have that but if you want to have that conversation now, there's a lot of influx of people from different countries who have come in, who came in on student visas here in Canada and have taken jobs from people because they are currently changing from student visas to getting jobs in certain areas and taking away jobs from people. If you want to have that conversation, it's uncomfortable, but it's a true
You know what?
conversation.
I had a feeling you were going to say that as soon as you started. I was like, oh, but it's fine. Carry on.
But it's true. Like as much as we like, it's statistically true. As much as we want to run from conversations, like I told you, you don't have me on here if you don't want me to spill the truth. You know how I stay. This is how our pod is. So when things pop on our pod, everybody looks like, oh gosh, I hope we ain't gonna say something crazy, but I'm gonna say it. So you have a population of people who've come in on student visas who currently now have taken over most of the fast food job markets. When we were younger, who did all those jobs?
Teenagers,
young kids,
like high school.
That's the problem you have. So we've currently, right? That's why they had stopped now, and they're denying 8 out of 10 of their visas because we've gotten to a point where there isn't enough work for people. So we have an influx of that. You have an influx of people who are now like they have what's what I'm looking for? Glorified the YN life. So the King Vons, the what's the guy from Chicago? Lil Durks, that lifestyle, they've glorified it. That drill lifestyle, been glorified. So, I've heard young girls say, yo, if I gotta choose a guy who has a 9 to 5 or a guy who's a scammer, I'm gonna take in the guy who's a scammer because I know he got bread. Those lives like that has been pushed.
But that's been pushed for the past 20 years.
I know, but then
but it's different with social media where people are starting to see the easy money. When you start seeing them, like back in the day when we heard about it, you would see a rapper talk about that, you'd be like, or you knew the guy in the block who did it, but you also knew the life he was living, and you knew like, yo, cop pop up at his door, da 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 da. Also, our parents would kick our face in.
Yeah, the parents are more. Well, I can't say that. Parents are still involved in their kids.
They are, but what I'm saying is that
I could never.
No,
what?
You couldn't. You thought about it. Your mom would pop up in your dream.
Yeah,
that's what you said. Fix yourself.
Yeah.
In your dream too. You get beat in your dream for it, but thinking it, even imagining it. So I feel like you have all those different situations.
Young ladies. Sorry, I'm not dogging the young ladies that do it because they, at that age, they don't know better.
It's not true.
But baby, when you get to this age,
it's not about that. It's not like they don't know better. It's the fact of
the young girls.
The younger girls know better. You know better. I'm sorry, but we can't keep saying you don't know better. No, you have an idea what's going on. The difference is you want a lifestyle like you see on social media. You want to have the Gucci. You want to have the this. You want to have the nice car. You want to be able to show off to your friends that your man got it like that. And then the guys want to show off that they can get the baddest girl around. Why you think they got girls at 21 getting BBLs? You're not doing that because people are making choices. Like we gotta stop making excuses for people. Because when
I'm just saying.
because you know what we do? We do this now, and then when people now end up where they're broke and they ain't got nothing to go, then we gonna make, well, they just didn't know. Financially didn't know. Last I checked, knowledge is key. And also,
True.
people, listen, there's some things kids are not going to know right from wrong from. They may make some dumb decisions. But dumb decisions I'm talking about are like you end up hanging out with the wrong friends
Hmm.
in the wrong situation. But if you
Yeah.
see a dude and you know he's scamming and you know the life he's living, it's like a girl who back in the day when we were growing up who dated drug dealers. You were like, fam, you know his crib may get shot up. You know the cops may run up in there and you may get caught up in it. People know the consequences. They just figure the lifestyle's more appealing. So it's like I'm gonna do it because I'm gonna prove I'm a ride or die. And then you end up in jail and then your mom and them looking at you like, and you come out, you can't get a good job.
Yeah,
I'd rather be stress free, be able to sleep at night.
100%. But I think the other
Right?
thing too with like the younger generation, yeah, everybody thinks it's there's a lack of, I guess, financial literacy and understanding that there are other opportunities out there, like entrepreneurial
Yeah.
opportunities outside of, I can't get a job at McDonald's or Tim Hortons or, what's in Dunkin' Donuts or whatever, right? Because of all the different immigrants that are coming in.
Hmm.
I think now, especially with the advent of AI, the excuses are a little more difficult because you can teach and learn so much stuff. Like there
True.
isn't, yeah, there is a glass ceiling still, but the barrier to entry to get into different opportunities to make capital, the barrier of entry is much lower now.
But can I also say this though? A lot of young kids also need some form of structure first. What I
Yeah.
mean by structure isn't like they need to understand what it feels like to go to work, what it takes to to have a job, like that
Okay.
structure of getting up
Okay.
on time, doing this, doing that,
For
so
sure.
that when they learn that, then they can say, "Oh, I can capitalize on this." I
Hmm.
could speak for myself. If I didn't have that structure, I think I wouldn't be the kind of person I am today because that helped me at an early age.
Fair enough. Me too, right? But to that point, am and I get to work with a lot of, successful young people. I'm talking about like 22, 23, 24,
Yeah.
building businesses that are like have revenue in the millions, and they're
Hmm.
raising millions of dollars from Silicon Valley investors, private equity, VCs, and they may have only had one job ever in their life or zero jobs in their lives,
Hmm.
but somehow they have the structure and the wherewithal to run a business and have employees and have partners and all that kind of stuff.
But
But
where'd they learn that from?
sometimes it's their parents, to be honest,
Yeah,
Yeah,
they had to get that guidance from
somewhere.
someone
yeah,
first to be able to do
But I'll
that.
also say though, as much as that is the case,
Hmm.
and they have all those things,
mm,
you don't know how many times before they fell down and had to pick themselves up
true,
before they got to that stage, right? And having like a mentor or somebody saying, "Okay, yeah, keep going, keep going, keep going."
true.
Like there's still a structure, some form of
Mentors.
structure still needs to be there, and they also have to be willing to listen to somebody older or
Got
somebody
you.
who's been through that for them to be able to actually say, "Hey, let me do this."
For sure. But I know we're talking about YNs and young people, but to me, it's still impressive that somebody at 22, 23 can build a successful business and may have like not as much experience as, us that are older, right? And still they have those fundamentals. To Brooklyn's point, they've learned it somewhere, right? They
Hmm.
could have listened to like 1,000 podcasts and learned the structure from other entrepreneurs that they listened to and books they read, whatever it may be, right? But they
Yeah.
did get it somewhere.
True. 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 True.
And I
Big up
think in
the.
this day and age, sorry, go ahead.
No, I said big up the ones that are doing positivity in the community and not
Yes, we don't highlight them
doing
enough.
nonsense.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a
Because
lot of it.
I'm like just last night I seen like someone, I don't know if it was a YN or whatever. Someone set an Oakville movie theater on fire
Really? For
just
what?
Yeah,
because. And I'm like, why? No one was even in the building. So it's probably some insurance scam or something like that, but who knows? It just doesn't make any sense to me of what's going on.
I
But
think
hey.
the glorification of a specific lifestyle has gotten out of hand, and
Mhm.
also I think people are trying to live up to the narrative of I'm gangster or I'm hard or I'm this or I'm that. I think that's where we're at currently right now. People have this like, oh, I gotta prove I am him. You know,
Prove
that's
to
it.
who? To prove for what? When you're
That's my question. To who? Who are they trying to prove to?
They're
Their
friends.
here.
yeah, they're
They're
okay.
friends.
Their
They're people.
peers.
Yeah, they're peers. People that they're
Oh
around.
gosh, here I have a comment. Hold on. Most of these women are dusty. They're unrealistic and drama in the home. People can't live like this. Hello, Omar.
Omar. Who hurt Omar?
I mean, so like people could also understand like a lot of times it's like what you've been around. So like if you grew up with parents that were like that, then and that's the example you have, that's what you deal with, right?
Mhm.
Also, people gotta also understand a lot of people may be dusty, a lot of people may be all those things. That's true, cool. But yo, if you allow them in your life, that's on you.
100%.
Like you gotta also choose who you let in and who you let out of your I mean who you let into your life and who you gotta exit out. So at the end of the day, I've made my bad decisions in life, but I've also
Mhm.
learned to be like, yo, the last one I made this mistake. Did I learn from it and move on, move forward? Because only reason why dusty people are in your house in your life is because you allowed them in the door.
Fair enough. It's a fact.
Unless they
So
had a mask
accountability of
on.
like you allowing those people to be around. Like,
Yeah.
and people don't want to take the accountability for making bad choices.
That
That's the thing.
I've made my bad choices many
Many
a
a time.
time.
Me too. Many a time.
Many a time. And every time I made that choice, you have to add that to the list. I don't want this. I don't want
Yeah,
this. And you keep
exactly.
going. As you get older, you start realizing, all right, cool. I can kind of. It's like invested. After a while, you start going, okay. I remember from last time I did this. This would I saw this happen. I saw this happen. This happened. This happened. This is the trends I've seen. And every time
Mhm.
I seen these trends, this leads to the company going bankrupt. Or I see that this leads to them having a quick spike and drop. So I can invest now and pull out in like 3 weeks or 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like those are things that you got to look for. It's the same thing in relationships. Look for trends.
Okay, so I'm glad you said it like that. So I guess when it comes to, and I won't even talk about cuffing season because you know it's a joke thing. But like if you're actually looking towards dating someone, but maybe the first experience you had with someone was financially rocky, how do you adjust yourself for the next time you have a relationship?
And what do you mean by financially
But
rocky?
that's the same thing.
And that's the key.
As
Financially rocky could mean, okay, did the person come into the situation where they had a lot of debt with them and then they asked you to help them clean up the debt? Did the situation come in where you realized that they were a heavy spender and not a heavy saver and you're a saver? Did you guys not have the same goals in
heavy
mind? So you want
spender,
to buy a house and they're okay with where they're at renting?
heavy spender, heavy spender, and saver. Because yeah,
So
I feel like I'm a saver.
heavy spender and saver.
Hmm.
Then there's a conversation needs to be like, hey, what are our goals? Like, what's your goal? Do you want to own a house? Yes. Do you not want to own a house? Yes. Okay. So if we want the same things, how do we work
Hmm.
to get these same things?
Hmm.
And how do we focus on that? Right? Do we say to ourselves, do we have to say, hey, listen, you may want this? For example, I'm gonna use myself because it's
Okay.
sometimes better to
Yes.
use yourself. My brother here can definitely attest. I have you should know too, sneaker
Yes. I,
and game addiction.
you
My
don't
sneaker
say.
addiction, you know, horrible. Really bad, right?
It's in moderation. He's actually pretty.
Rooms
It's in
moderate.
moderation though.
Tim.
It is. It's in moderation.
Tim.
'Cause he's not buying sneakers every day. Like he's doing it in moderation.
Now, but I had a year where I went ham.
Yeah, but I still think it was done tastefully, respectfully, according to your budget. I think.
True.
Yeah.
And I moved accordingly. But like, truth be told,
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot in a quick period of time.
Hmm.
I did budget for it accordingly,
Exactly.
but I also made sure like I own my home. I have bills. I have car payments. Like I have the little one that I gotta deal with. Like I have life.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
life itself has said to me, yo, you have to do what you gotta do. And in doing so, I personally make sure that I have those things. So when I want to buy a sneaker,
Yeah.
I personally and people don't like every paycheck
Mm-hmm.
out of my paycheck, $25 comes out every paycheck for me to buy sneakers.
So you have a sneaker fund,
Yes. And it goes
technically.
into a separate account. And that account says sneakers. So whenever I want to buy sneakers, I go to that account and I buy my sneakers. That's legitimately what that account is for. I've also used that account in a month where, let's say, I'm like, yo, this is a heavy month bill wise, and I need to do something. I've used that money for my bills. I've used that money to buy video games. Use that money for Uber Eats.
Yeah.
I can use that money for what? It's a leisure account, but
Yeah.
it's there. So
Discretionary spending.
pretty much.
Yeah.
But what
So
I
what I
need
was going
to
to
make
ask
a
after, continue.
so
You can
whenever
ask
I
the
need to
question.
make a purchase that I know is unreasonable, I
Yeah.
know I have the money to do it.
100%.
That is the difference, and that's where I live at. With other people, it's like it's the same thing, right? It's like if you're in a relationship with a person, you need to have that conversation with them. Hey, listen, we can still get the things you want,
Yeah.
but we just have to do it a little bit differently. We have to save for it. It's not just gonna be this like off the whim emotional spending, right? We're gonna have to plan to get it because we have plans, right? And then you as the person who is the saver, you have to make sure that you remind your partner, hey, listen, I see this, and right, you have that competition. They come in with 50 bags, so we gotta do that next month, right? Those are the things. And you might have to come to the conclusion where you realize, yo, this person and me don't have the same goal, so we need to dip set. And that's okay too.
Boy. Yeah.
But it's true. What's wrong with that?
No. But I thought it's all about love.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But not being
You know,
financially handcuffed. Understood.
Exactly.
you know what's one of the most important things about being in love?
What?
Is also loving yourself enough to know when to walk the hell away.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Very important.
Touche. I have a question.
Fire away.
Should a couple have a dating budget?
I think that's
Or
a good
should
idea.
you have a budget? Oh, sorry. Should individuals have a dating budget? Because I'll say yes. Sometimes women
It depends.
spend,
It depends.
and sometimes men spend.
It depends. There's a couple dependent categories here.
Mm,
How early it is in the relationship.
yeah.
Do we live together and share bills?
Mm-hmm.
And if we're married and we got kids, what's our goal and our plan? What are we working towards? Then you from that category, then you can make it. You can answer that.
Okay.
So my opinion, and so from now a dating perspective now, I think there should be a conversation about if somebody has an expectation to go on dates on a regular basis, be it the woman or the man. If you guys are gonna once again build this relationship, there should be a discussion about, hey, what does a budget look like for us and what kind of dates are we going to be going on, right? So is it these kind of caliber of restaurants? It's going to be these types of excursions and hiking and going to whatever Palladium, going on mini romantic getaways, going to spa days. Like, what does a dating experience for us? Say it again.
I thought you were going to say mini putt. That's a
sure mini putt, but I think there should be like you should understand, have like a cohesive understanding. Hey, what types of dates or things do we like to do, and what are the costs for those things? And then can we once again come up with a budget that is respectable to both of us, and we can accommodate what we want to do.
I slightly disagree.
Oh, whoa.
Okay, so you disagree because
carry on.
Because I'm saying none of those things in the beginning of the relationship because I want to see what kind of person you are. Are you a reasonable person or an unreasonable person? Because if you're a reasonable person, you know what you're gonna say. Sometimes when we go on a date, let's not go here. It's a little too expensive. Oh, whoa, let's chill out. If I see in the beginning of a relationship that you're looking out for my pockets like it's yours, you're a keeper. If I see you out here like, yo, run the pockets, boo boo, then I know you're a gold digger. Like there's certain things people need to know. Because if I'm not leading with money, like I said earlier, and I'm just here, and I start to spend a little bit more, I would like my partner, because I'm looking to. I remember if we're dating here for intention, because we're all too old, especially if you're over 35 or 32. I'll give you 30 to 32. If you're not, if you're dating with intention, right? You want to know if your partner's gonna have your back. So if you see me moving kind of crazy, I want you to look at me and be like, "Yo, baby,
like,
my
hey,
Duke, what are you doing?"
Simmer down.
I'm just saying.
Oh my gosh.
But here's the question: why not
Ugh.
level set from? I know you and I we kind of differ on this. Me, I'm super transparent. I put it all on the table. Here's what it is. Here's what I'm willing to spend. Here's what I can accommodate. Here's what I'm into,
Mhm.
and I give the person the choice. So she's like, "Hey, I'm a dater. Like I'm a super on the road person. I like to go on dates every other day. And here, okay, cool. Then we're not going to be compatible. So we can just determine that from the beginning.
But
Mhm.
also, you give too much people, you give people too much information. They can use that information to manipulate you. So I can pretend to be something for a long time, and then later on, whatever my true colors come out.
But I think it's hard if you know what your limits are. It's hard to manipulate you if you know your limits. So
No,
she's like,
you may know your limits, but
yeah.
I could dumb down myself until I say for a while. And then I can say to you,
Yeah.
I can play the role I need to play until I get you to a point where you're starting to say, you know what, this person is worth
But
me
if
doing
they're
all this.
really that stingy, so
And I'll say it like this: if
If you're
you
that stingy,
say,
nobody's trying to be with you.
because if you're like, oh no, I only do a date once every quarter, I'll be like, okay, cool. But if you suggest like, okay, I'm not gonna go out on dates, but we can, once you guys establish, because you know
Do
how I feel
picnics,
about the
do stuff,
dating.
do that. Come to the
Yeah,
house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
picnics.
that's fine. Well, I'm not
yeah.
speaking about that. I'm talking about the early stages because people gotta remember, like, having those conversations in the beginning for me, it's not having. I don't need to have a conversation in the beginning. I need to be able to to be with you in the beginning to see how you think and what what you're trying to accomplish. Right, your intentions are important to me. I need to know who I'm dealing with.
You're right.
But to me, it's like
Okay,
tests. Like you're putting somebody through an invisible
Putting a
test.
test.
But
No,
everything
no, I'm being me. I want you to be you. A test would be being like, hey, I only have $15 for this date. You want to go with me? That's a test.
Or what if what if that's the actual situation that it is, right? It's not only a test,
Ooh,
it's the actual situation.
that's fine.
Mhm. But
But at the end of the day,
Mhm.
right? You could also say to the person, yo, I only got 15.
Mhm.
Can we go Dutch? Like you can
Yeah.
have a conversation with people.
or
First of all, wait up. And if all you only got $15, stay your ass at
I
home.
use that. You said
Just saying.
the $15.
Just saying.
He said it. That's what I went with it.
I just what you're saying. When you got $15,
I'm
stay your ass home.
glad you
You
said
ain't
it.
supposed to got
So
no dick with nobody.
Exactly. Right. Okay, use 15 though. So if you're with somebody that's reasonable and that wants to build with you, you go, I got 15 right now because
15.
there's the car. Say it again. What was that
Sorry,
again?
I'm saying it loud. Like
No,
$15.
let's use 15 though. Okay, so you're on a budget.
Can we
Okay,
use 25?
Yeah,
fine,
come
let's use
on.
25. No, I'll say
Because
this.
the
Let's use
restaurants,
20
I
because you can go to Subway and get $20 sandwich or whatever. Just use 20. Okay, I got. Let's say
thank
Two
you.
footlongs?
Bubblies. You want the
it's more than
bubblies?
$20. No, but say you say I got 20
Hey
because I was
yo.
budgeting. Something came up, my car broke down. I had to get the free on re-up for my car. If you're with somebody that's reasonable, says, okay, you told me what you got. You know what? I had a good week this week at work. Whatever, I was able to save some extra money. Don't worry about it. I can chip in the rest, and then cumulatively, we can then go on a date together.
It's cool. And but what I'm saying is, but that's not a test though. Like that. What I'm saying is,
It's not a test, right?
it's not a test, but
It's
it's a natural situation.
100%.
But same way, right? Like you said, it's the same thing where I'm saying if we're saying the same thing just in a different form.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much like, yo, if I say to the person, yo, I want to go to dinner, and they're like, all right, cool. I want to go here. I'm like, yo, cool. And I'm like, and I explain to them, yo, it's been a tough month. Oh, I say, hey, listen, my car broke down, something, whatever the case may be. Right? I can just explain that to them. They may be like, yo, you know what? Since we gotta go out, today's on me. Since I know you have a situation.
Fair enough.
Right?
Exactly.
And next time you got
reasonable.
cool. That's what I'm
That's
talking
being
about.
reasonable.
Reasonable
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, and having open dialogue.
Yes, but I don't need to settle and be like, I only got $20. I could just say that. Like, for example, if I'm dating a young lady and she looks at me and she's like, yo, car broke down, this, that, da, 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 da. I knew we were supposed to go out for dinner, right? And we've been going Dutch for dinner. This is what within the first 3 days. And we've been going Dutch every time. And she's like, so I really want to go, but like I can't right now.
No.
Right? I could be like, cool, I got you. Come.
So here's
It's
another
been a rough
layer.
week.
I'm asking you another layer to it. So to me, if the financially whatever either side can't take it or take it on, pause, whatever. I know he's from New York. Anyways, if either side can't, whatever. Anyways, why can't the conversation be, you know what? Rather than us have to go on a date and spend this money we both may not have right now, can we still spend time together in another way? Like we can just hang out low key, whatever. Or does the date have to be like that's the end all be all to you guys hanging out that time?
I think you can do something.
Food must come true every time. I'm joking.
And
Some
Like-
people are like that though.
True, but what I'm saying is
not
like,
expensive
like,
food.
yeah, you can do something cheap. What I'm saying is sometimes it's like within the first 3 dates,
Mm.
like we can go for a walk, we can grab a coffee and walk and talk and
Yeah.
something like that. That's cool. A meet up, that's fine. And it depends on where you live and the weather and
Of course,
those
of course.
situations, right? So because we're having this like
Mhm.
a conversation that doesn't have a specifications, we can consider all those things. The issue that I'm saying in general though is it's like even having to have that conversation in the beginning to me is a little uncomfortable because I don't need you to know all my situations full fledged, especially if it's within the first 3 dates.
Interesting.
Like I don't
Yeah.
mind saying I had a rough week and here's what happened to
Yeah.
me, so I just can't afford it right now. But I don't need to tell you what's my last dollar doing because I don't need you watching my pocket shit. At the end of the day, I'm trying to find out who you are as a person and can I trust you to do in a specific manner. Everything else kind of needs like yeah. Yeah,
So here's
Well,
my
I
question
think-
though, right? So maybe I'm different. So I think before even getting to a first date, you're supposed to be having a lot of conversation and dialogue to kind of understand who the person is before you get to the first date. That's just me. So if there's already no compatibilities from those first conversations, why even
Mhm.
invest
But
in
you
more
could have-
time to go on a first
you
date?
could have a compatibilities with a person
Mm-hmm.
in the sense of like personalities and interests,
Mm-hmm.
but you guys may not be in the same compatible when it comes to like financial directions or where you guys stand in life. And you may not know that from the beginning. That may
Yeah.
take that person some time to think because you may talk to a person for maybe a week or 2 weeks and then go on a date.
Mm.
I'm not giving you a biblical chronological order of my life so you can figure out who I am. Nah, fam. I need to get to know you. I need to see if in person we vibe. Is there a connection? Do we because
I
there's
feel like
also
Tim's a video caller.
video call
Yeah,
dates.
I'm a video caller.
No,
I'm a
he's saying
phone guy.
people saying video call dates are a thing now, and I'm just like on like within the first 3 dates, which is not cool.
But here's the thing, I want to know if I'm gonna. 'Cause time is very important to a lot of people. Time is the most valuable commodity on the planet, right?
True.
So if you get to know somebody, talk to them, you invest the time just to have the conversations, and you ask very pointed questions and have real deeper conversations from the beginning. So
Mhm.
usually the person will already disqualify themselves or pre-qualify themselves, and then you're like, okay, yeah, you already know from the first like three conversations.
Yeah, but like, how many people genuinely are themselves upfront?
But you as a person, I'm thinking, knowing you, you're able to probably I know you are disarm a person in a way that you speak and the questions you ask. You'll be able to.
It's cool, but not everybody has the same
Conversation.
ability or personality types like myself. So some people
Fair
may not be
enough.
able to do that. So, and you gotta remember, like, to be honest, you don't know a person until 2 years into a relationship or 2 years
Yeah,
into
this
a
is
friendship.
true.
This is true. So you could be with a person
Golly.
for a minute, and people don't really show their true colors until they feel like you dropped your guard and you're so invested that it's hard for you to want to walk away. So a lot of people who believe in that. So, like, and then the next problem is people change every so many years.
Yeah, exactly.
From life experiences. So then you got to find another reason to fall in love with that person, like that person all over again. So
Yeah.
it's not as simple as we must not like to make it because those conversation can be had. But
Mhm.
I can say to you, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm cool with that. I love that. That's who I am as a person.
Yeah.
But deep down inside, I have my own things that I want to do. But I'm figuring I can change you as a person. I can change you as a woman. I can change you as a man. And that's how people sometimes think, right? Men and women go into things and we're always trying to form fit relationships to fit our agenda instead of going into it thinking like, hey, I want to have a partner that I can build with instead of I can manipulate and control. And that's how people think.
So why do people think for men or women that they can change a person? Where does that ideology come from? Like, I'm going to change this person. Why do people think that way?
Because people have a vision for their partner.
Exactly. And
People say my partner is gonna be like this, and then they see a person and they go and they see a couple of the qualities of like,
Glimpses, yeah.
oh, all he needs to do is just change this, this, and this, and he'll be perfect for me.
Gotcha.
Like, yeah, that person is not that person. So
Who does that more, men or women?
we're not doing no men versus
Both.
women thing here. So
no, both.
Okay.
I feel like
Both?
both do it.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like I don't think it's
Both.
I think it's a personality thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Truth be told,
It's just everyone has things on their list that they want in their partner.
Mhm.
Simple as that. And you see someone that's there, you're like, okay, boom, oh, okay, see this, I see that. All right, enough. And I think sometimes, I'm not saying all times, ladies go based on potential while some guys go based on like.
Sometimes? No.
I'm
All
just
the
saying.
time.
So I can't.
No.
No, we can't
Most
say all.
okay, not all the time. 99.9999% time. They do. And then there's sometimes that
Mm-hmm.
and there's the one few. Yes, they do.
Mm-hmm.
And men go off of beauty. The idiot.
Oh man, you know it took me so long to find this article, but I found it. And I want to see what you guys think about this article because I'm an article type of person. I like to show them. So 잠시만요. And tell me if you agree with this. 7 ways to manage finances as a couple, like a pro. We talked about it.
We're not gonna get
briefly.
into reading the whole thing, just having this
No,
reading the topic.
I'm
right?
just gonna do the numbering. Having an open conversation about money. We've discussed
I
that.
agree. That's definitely that's definite.
Mhm.
Now, well, let's go each one by one first. So
Okay.
having an open conversation about money is also being honest about your spending habits and also where you're at with like your credit, how bad your credit is, how good your credit is. Like those are that's an open conversation. Like we can't be sitting here going, I'm good with money, and that's it. No. If you got bad credit, you in debt, you need to clear your debt because I may be willing to say, okay, I'll sacrifice for the next 4 years or 3 years, and I'll carry everything so you can get out of debt.
Yeah.
And then
Mm.
we'll work through if I'm not in debt. Now, if I'm in debt, then we'll say let's clear yours up. You're good,
Yeah.
then we're gonna clear mine up. We'll
True.
work something out. Like those are open conversations. So you need to be open and honest about your situation, and I need to be open and honest about mine.
Yeah.
And I need to
Hey.
know myself financially also. I can't have open conversation with you if I don't even know what my flaws are when it comes to me handling money and finances.
Yeah.
And the person who's stronger in that needs to be the one to take care of the mullahs.
Regardless of gender? I'm
Yes.
just asking
Yeah,
questions.
doesn't matter.
If my girl better with money than me, hold that boo boo.
Yeah, exactly.
Save me from myself.
Yeah, 1000%.
Like don't let me buy any more sneakers. No.
I'm definitely gonna be like, I must. The Tokyo fives are coming out. I don't even like
my.
fives, but I need those.
You want those? Yeah. Oh, I know why. I know why you want them because you love Japan.
You can see.
Yeah, that's the only reason why you want
Yes.
them.
This is why I made sure you showed the background. So the second one, I'll just put it like this, is creating a joint budget.
I think it's important to do that. If you're in a relationship and you guys are building something together for the future, building a foundation, yeah, having a joint budget for different categories, of course. Especially if you have kids together.
I don't think it's important.
Really?
No.
Having a budget. Okay, we have kids. We're gonna spend this much on back to school gear. This much we're spending on like weekly lunch, whatever it may be. Like you don't have to have a budget. No. Interesting.
I don't feel like that's important.
In a relationship?
No.
So not his,
joint budget?
hers together? Like 3 different
No.
types.
You need to have your budget, and you need to make sure your budget takes care of everything that you're responsible for. She needs to have her budget to make sure she takes care of everything that they're responsible for. Because once the bills are paid, once the bills are paid, and the kids are taken care of, you do whatever you want your money after that. That's on you. Now, if you have a conversation about we have a collective goal we want to do,
that's what
we're gonna put money into it. For example, we'll say every month we'll put away $500 to go on vacation. That's different. Then just run me your 250, run me my 250, and we good to go. Outside of that, I don't need to know what you're doing with your money.
Fair enough. But say that person. So this is interesting. So say your partner has some type of vice that I don't know what you're trying to do. And I'm not saying anything too much, but I've seen situations like this.
Like
gambling. Yeah, it's your money. Do what you should do. I'll take care of the bill. And then that person had this secret vice that made them an unfit parent, made them unavailable to like even be.
Okay, it's fine. We're sticking to the money part. Okay, and then they lose they don't have no money left over.
Or they put their money in different places. Okay, here's a better example. The guy that was giving his girl money for the rent, right? His part, not knowing she had a subsidized amount for the rent.
And she was pocketing the rest of
And
the money.
pocketing the rest. You didn't ask her. It was your bread, whatever. I'm asking, but you come back with all this stuff. You're going to the kitchen by yourself. And I'm not getting no.
That's just a selfish situation.
That happens a
That
lot.
that's
Wait.
was it financial infidelity?
Yes,
Kind of, sort
but
of?
that's a different situation. What I'm talking about is you and your partner both make
Good amount of money.
one
Yeah.
amount of money. Y'all know
Mhm.
you got a mortgage that costs this, bills that cost this, car payments that cost this.
Mm.
She's taking care of her car. You're taking care of your car and your insurance. She's doing that for herself,
Mhm.
right? But you guys know food, mortgage, bills, kids. That's split down the middle.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
whoever wants it, hey babe, the kids need that. Oh, I got it, babe. Who need this? I got this. I got.
Right.
There shouldn't need to be like we're gonna talk about having a joint, but no. If it needs to get done, it gets done. As parents,
Mhm.
when it comes to the kids, if something
Yeah.
needed in the house, you buy for the house.
100%.
If you choose to blow your bread, that's on you. Don't come to me later on being like, "Hi, I'm screwed." No,
Mm.
there needs to be a point where you need to be accountable to yourself
Mhm.
for your responsibilities.
Okay.
Ooh.
Homeboy
glad you
here
said
that was paying homegirl,
Yeah.
he did his responsibilities. She was just not a good person, so
100%.
she just robbed this dude cold.
Yes,
That's different.
That's what
But that's a
happened, right?
different situation than what we're talking about.
Exactly. And the next one is
Mm,
divide financial
okay.
responsibilities, which you've discussed.
Just kind of.
Yeah, you do that, right? And dividing it could be, hey, listen, I got the mortgage, you have the groceries and the bills.
Mhm.
Like that's important.
But how's
Yes.
that not part of budgeting? Because you guys are having conversations about the different line items of what you're spending the money on. That's not part of
But
budgeting.
it goes align. This all goes align with the budgeting because you can see the in-house things that need to be paid, and at least you are able to calculate. Okay, as Brooklyn was saying, you take care of the mortgage. I got the grocery, and so on and so forth.
Yeah,
That's what
we
it
just I don't feel like we need to have like but we need to put down $4,000 and then that's the nose. Like,
No. So when I say budgeting, it's just having a conversation about we know how much is coming in and going out in the household, not
Mhm.
even having a joint account. Just like we understand,
Yeah.
okay, here's what we both make annually, whatever. Like, but we know here's the house bills, and we know here's what we weighted. We can both take on either equally half, or you take on more, whatever. Either.
yeah,
But that's budgeting in my opinion.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That I agree with 100%.
Okay.
It was like it's like, hey, listen, I'm making more, so I'll take the mortgage. I'll take the mortgage and
Yeah.
this much. You take a little bit less, so you take this.
Yeah.
And that's different. Now, just make sure you do your part.
Yeah.
That's all. I don't need to know every little detail.
All the nitty gritty, yeah, and not necessarily, but
just take your responsibility is your responsibility, and just keep it pushing.
But that's also part of budgeting to understand what each person's responsibility
Yeah, and
is.
I said,
Right?
so that's why I agree with this one, divided financial responsibilities.
Got you.
But the other one, we don't need to have a joint conversation where I'm like, what did you want?
No. That's unnecessary. To me, that's also unnecessary. Oh, you bought a blah blah blah. Like I don't care what you buy, right? Like as long as like the things that we've agreed
Pocket
on
watching?
yeah, I don't think you should do that, and I think that's horrible in a relationship. I think that does happen in a lot of relationships, right?
Well, it depends. Like what we mentioned before. So, like I remember there was a story. I wish I can remember it hand in hand, but like there was a individual that gambled. They were a gambler, and they basically gambled the house away.
That's people. That's a common thing. People do it all the time. People do that with anything, even like in your space, crypto space.
100%.
People do that all the time.
People are
People do that all the time.
Degenerate gamblers. But to your point, Cam, that's now affecting like
everyone,
familial household. Yeah, affecting the kids, affecting everything. Right now, that's not just watching. That's not watching your.
That was advice I had to know from. That was advice I had to know from the jump.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they have this gambling addiction. That's going to be detrimental because you're going to put the house up that we all live in. So you're going to now affect like our safety and our livelihood and our, sanctuary.
You put the house up without me knowing.
Yeah,
that's what I need to do.
I wish I could find the article, but I can't. But I remember I was like, that's wild.
Subject matter.
Huh? What?
Subject matter.
Next topic, you say.
No, next thing on the list.
Set shared financial goals. I think that I feel like that's like investing, paying off debt, and that stuff that Brooklyn mentioned. I feel like that's committed relationships.
Yeah, but I also feel like setting that would be like shared like shared financial goals are goals that we both want to do together, and it may be goals that I have on my own, and I'll just want to do those on my own. So like we don't have to have shared financial goals because if let's say if we already have the house, right, and I want to invest into something else, maybe I want to invest more into stocks, and she wants to invest more into crypto. That's that. We don't have to have the same things, right? We could just have our own things. So I feel like it doesn't have to be shared financial goals, but we each do need to have our own financial goals
and combine financial goals as well, right? Like, how can you build if you guys don't have financial goals together?
Yeah. Remember, Kamille things, Regin. CRA want to know.
That's why I must say, do it on your own. I don't need them to be like, so y'all doing some investing together there, buddy? Where's our taxes?
No, man.
Run us our buckets.
Well, there's other things that you can work with that, right? The next one is maintaining individual accounts alongside joint ones. We already discussed that.
Definitely agree with that.
I feel like I'm pretty sure that was what mommy taught me. And wait. Ooh, question. What about I'll say significant others that have secret accounts? Then just like the story that Tim just mentioned, like he's getting the money.
That story is not a pliable story. A secret account. Secret account. Yeah, if you want to have a secret account, have a secret account. You need to have Vex money. I would suggest everybody have Vex money. Vex money just in case the person want to get divorced. Vex money in case something go left. Vex money or just in case money or oh shit money or goddamn any kind of money. Have it ready. Have it set aside.
Fair enough.
Or have a line of credit that you can get to it.
And Tim, you agree?
A hidden account? Yeah.
Or Vex. Sorry, we'll say a Vex account, or just in case.
A hidden account, Vex account, same thing. You just need an account.
Yeah, like a rainy day account kind of thing. Yeah, like a just in case account kind of thing, right? Or just in case investments, or an account that you can have like liquidity in that you can pull from for unforeseen circumstances. Thank you.
Even if it's your partner being the off
even if it's your partner being the unforeseen circumstance, 1,000%.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a fact, though. We know a lot of people in those situations, right?
Fair enough. Touche. Also, wait. Oops. What's the next one? Prepare for emergencies together.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
But sometimes it can fall on one person. To be like, yo, that's your job.
If you're good at that,
know that that's your job, and the person could be like, cool. Then you gonna take care of this part.
Wait. Give me an example.
For example, if something's going to happen in the house, it's my job to pay for it to get fixed. I know that. That's my responsibility. Because all these rules that you're showing right now are for relationships. But some of these rules, if you take them, could also be for actually living together with a friend or a partner. Or, I mean, a friend or having a roommate.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people be going into, that's my roommate.
Yeah.
And
facts.
So I'm just saying.
Big facts.
Got it. So any emergency, especially when it comes to a house, golly, Bob.
No, if you don't have emergency money when you own a house, you are begging to get shot in the left leg.
Yeah, and owning a house is not for everybody, right? You gotta make sure you can like bear that. It's not a burden, but bear that responsibility. Yeah, like there's tons of hidden expenses with it. How people they love the idea. Oh, I'm a homeowner, I own a house, and I'm aspiring for that, but they don't have the capital to support the other part of it. The furnace breaking down, the roof shingles leak. Yeah, you got it right.
Roof leak.
Yeah, basement flood, like stove bust up, fridge, dishwasher bust up, all these things, and people are not thinking about. I want to buy a house, and I'm going to spend $1 million on this house. And then you have no money left because even your salary, your stress test, you nearly failed the stress test, right?
COVID.
Yeah. COVID. Majority of
people did that in COVID, and now everybody's up for remortgage right now because
they won't qualify.
Ain't nobody qualified. So they sitting there gotta move granny, auntie, cousin, and Felipe from down the street in so that they can pay for this mortgage payment.
Yeah.
It's going to be very hectic in the years to come. Golly, Bob.
100%.
Prepare. Make sure you have an emergency, y'all. And then the last one is review and adjust financial plans regularly. I'll say,
But that's a personal thing, though.
Yeah.
I think that's not even should be done as a couple too. That's more of a personal thing.
why? Because
You
okay,
said why?
because there's life changes.
Yeah, but when life changes
Engagement.
and you see that for yourself, you need to make that adjustment first for yourself because you
Okay.
still have the same responsibilities. So you need to make sure that you can still cover your part of the responsibilities.
Touche.
Yes, if the situation occurs where you need your partner to maybe step up a little bit more, and you can go
Mhm.
say, "Hey, listen, after figuring it out, I can't continue to do this because this is what happened. So I may
Mhm.
need you to help me for a bit until I get myself here." That's different, and
Okay.
that more so is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
You first, deal with you first, and then you worry about the rest.
You. Sorry.
Mm.
I knew I was gonna sing the song.
Accountability.
That word so much. That word is used off a little bit sometimes, but let's
But
see.
not enough sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Touche. So let's see. We talked about the budgeting or having open conversations with the person that you're dating, or getting to know. Actually, Tim, you didn't tell me other things other than dates to get to know someone, other than the mini putt and stuff. Are you talking about like walks and things like that? Or sitting down
To
and
me,
talking
it's
about
actually spending
investments?
time, right? Like, so I think people are so fixated on spending time in these
Public
date,
area.
and date settings, restaurants or
You know,
movies,
you want
or
the candle lights to
and
dim
once
the
again,
lights.
here's my. I think I said it in the comments, right? A lot of times, and you can probably ask a
Mhm.
lot of people, these date nights or these dating experience or dating scenarios,
Mhm.
they don't even do that in their regular daily lives when they're single. But all of a sudden, when they're dating, want to do these scenarios out of the blue now. All of a sudden, like, do you go?
Touche.
So, and here's my thing: if you're at you like going to restaurants, you like going to shows, theaters, whatever,
You do that with your friends.
or do by yourself. If you're not doing it by
Some
yourself,
people don't like to do stuff by themselves. Some people like to do others so they can share experiences.
We
So that
like
at least do it with your friends.
companionship, sir. Some
My
people.
question is, at least do you at least do it with your friends? If you do it with your friends
Yeah.
every so often,
then fair enough.
that's fair enough.
Yeah.
I understand that's who you are. But if it's something that you don't do at all, but suddenly you see me, you're like, oh wow, we're gonna do that because I want to do that on your dime. That's a different thing.
Exactly, but that happens a lot.
True.
Right? Like you would have never done this normally, but now because we're dating and you're trying to find things, you're trying to fill the gap. Oh, we're dating. We should be going out to do so. So I find people try to find things to do versus
Okay.
just doing things organically.
Yeah. And I also find
What-
like people need to learn to not like people need to understand the most important thing in relationships is to get to know the person.
Yes,
Mhm.
Not the
exactly.
experiences, it's the person.
Mhm.
I'm not
But what
dating you
if-
to the experiences. I'm dating you to know you.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get to know you in different situations and different experiences, which is
Mm.
fine. But I need to
Mhm.
get to know you first. So that's why when people say, "Oh, having a coffee date for the first date is wild," no, it's actually really good.
Mhm.
I need to get to know you as a person. Do I like to get to know you? When I mean a coffee date, I don't mean walk up and have one coffee and be like, "Oh yeah, that's all we do." No, I'm talking about coffee,
So
a donut, something, sit and talk, at a Starbucks, preferably.
if
That's
that's
your
what
question.
you want to do.
That's the question, right?
Wait,
Me?
wait, sorry. What's wrong with a coffee date?
Huh?
Cam?
I don't
Your body
consider-
language is screaming. What?
I don't consider a coffee date a date. I consider
Wow,
that
why
a
not?
hangout.
That's
I
crazy.
consider it a hangout. Remember,
Wow.
we had the
That's-
different thing.
No, ma'am. Wait. If I go have coffee, so if a husband and wife go have coffee on
Hanging
a
out.
Saturday morning by them without the kids, and they sat there,
Yeah.
they sit there, they chat, they talk. It's just a hangout.
Yes. That's been always my theory.
Can I say something to you? I love you a lot.
Shut up.
You might say
No.
something.
Do I have to mute you?
Horrible take. Horrible take.
No,
Because
because
some of the things that you
no. Wait. Pause.
For
Let
the
me
cough.
reframe. Let me rephrase. If it's someone that I've been committed with and whatever, yes. Going to have coffee and stuff, cool. Smoothie, coffee, whatever, cool.
first date, I don't consider that a date.
I think
consider it a
for
hangout.
first, I think it's for, here's the difference. There should be levels of a first date. First date means that me and you meet for the first time. So there is no obligation. I'm not obligated to spend a bunch of money on you. I'm not obligated to anything. We can sit, we can talk, we can chat. I'll pay for the coffee. I'll pay for the coffee. I'll pay for the little dessert you want to buy. I'll pay for that. It may cost me $40-$50. I don't business. We could have 5 cups of coffee. Cool. See,
Which coffee place do you go? It's $40-$50.
Starbucks. I'm just saying, if I say we're sitting there for about 2 hours or 3 hours and we're talking because we're enjoying each other's company and we just keep ordering stuff so that we can continue our conversation. Who's sitting there sipping on a cold tea the whole time? Are you serious? What the nonsense? Let's not do that. Plus, that banana loaf be hitting different sometimes. Either way, what I'm trying to say is, it's not about it. People keep putting a financial attachment to that. Not you. I'm just saying in general. But what I'm trying to say is, sitting there having a coffee, it's a conversation. I'm getting to speak to you. What's the difference if we're sitting there having dinner? It's no difference.
100%.
There's no difference. Logistically, there is no difference.
Just the scenery and
the scenery
and the amount of the bill.
And yes, the amount of the bill. That's the only difference. If you want to have a real conversation, that's the only difference.
Because you sit across from each other.
I'm sitting across from you. We're sitting there in a restaurant. There's still people moving around and coming in and out.
Same.
There's still people making orders. There's a server. There's all of that is the same. The only thing that people don't like is because it says coffee and the price point is lower. That's the only reason why.
That's not based on what I think, but it's just I don't consider that a date. I consider it a hangout.
Why?
Because it's more casual. That's to be.
Okay, so
it's
if you go have dinner with your so if you go have dinner, what's a first date to you? If you say anything to do with shrimp, I'm kicking you because that definitely won't be a first date. No Captain Boyle, nothing like that. Nothing like that. So because you won't be there. You ain't gonna be talking.
No. So, I wouldn't do that. That's kind of wild. I don't know. It's like when two individuals that are interested.
No, I didn't ask you for that. I want an example of a place that is a good first date.
For me?
And why?
I think the place.
I'll tell you the why in a second. But yeah, fine.
Because I'm gonna shoot down Hawaii. I'm gonna shoot down her place. Go on.
I wouldn't say seafood boil. That's kind of messy. I'm okay with Cheesecake Factory.
So
wait. Give me a second. I'm okay. I would say fast food joints, I don't consider a good first date thing. I consider that a hangout. Remember from the jump, I said
is that why? Because of the price point?
So why?
I think this is a price point thing. It is.
No,
how is that a price point
how
thing?
casual it is. It's how casual.
Cam,
and remember, I will pay for my things there. So that prices have nothing to do with it. It's just
do you consider Jack Astor's a first date?
That could be.
That's casual as shit because it's a sports bar. What do we talk like exactly? So there's
a
no
fast food to compare to, exactly.
First of all,
restaurants stuff.
Coffee. If you go to a Starbucks, if you go to a small mom and pop next to the coffee shop, we're not talking about Tim Hortons. We're not talking about Tim Hortons here. We're talking about a legit,
like an artisan coffee,
like an artisan coffee place,
like on Queen Street, downtown Toronto.
Yes,
it's a hangout.
No, it's not a hangout.
To me, if I'm going to I can only speak for myself,
and it's not based on the price.
Because Jack Astor, but I'm not okay. But I'm not talking about price. I'm saying
but that's
Jack
what
Astor's. That's fine. I'm talking to you right now about this. Jack Astor's. If you want to go to a bar, that's considered a hangout to go drink. I've gone on dates with people. We just went to the bar, sit down and drank.
Yeah.
So then going to don't know. Is going to a bar considered a first date?
I'd say hangout too.
Is going to a baseball game. Is that a hangout too? Going bowling? Is that hanging out too?
No, bowling could be a date because that's an activity.
How's that but why is that not a hangout? Because you do it with your friends.
Okay.
But activity is hanging out.
It could.
But so can a coffee. Coffee can go either way. That's my point.
I ain't taking
you to Burger King.
It goes based on the person.
Exactly, but I'm not going. But what I'm saying is, when I go to Burger King, like I'm taking to Burger King, being like, "Oh, I'm pulling up to McDonald's, going, yo, let me get that Big Mac special,
But
2
some
for one
people
deal,
would.
or 20 Tuesday." That's different, man. I'm talking about, like we said, an artisan
Mhm.
coffee shop. We're talking about Starbucks, somewhere small where we can sit in the nooks, we can talk, we can get to know each
And you
other.
know what? I
We could
guess
even go to like
because
the bookstore that has the cafes,
Yeah.
and go sit down
oh,
there
Indigo.
and like have those kind of conversations. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm thinking of it in a sense because maybe most of my meetings happen at a coffee shop. So I
That's
can't
you.
it's just weird to
Okay, but
this is
that doesn't mean
me.
it's not a good. That's not doesn't mean it's a good date.
But you
Maybe
ask
you
me
maybe
my opinion.
maybe you need to change. Maybe you need to change having
That's your
your
business.
business
Your
meeting
business.
somewhere else. Maybe you need to go to a smoothie place, or maybe tell them
Mhm.
I'll pay for my own cheesecake factory. Let's meet there.
Touche,
Disrespecting
touche.
people. It's a
I'm not
quick listen.
disrespecting. It's my opinion.
Can I say something to you? Do you know what
Yes.
a first date is?
It's been a minute, so
Not that.
uh
Shut up. Do you know what a first
well,
date is considered?
what a first date considered? Can I go based on the dictionary?
No.
Based on in your cerebral, in your brain.
Let me tell you what I'm trying to say. You know what? Do you know what a first date is?
It's the first
Think of it like a job.
first impression.
Yes, it's your first in-face interview.
Yeah,
So
fair
after we've
enough.
done the phone call interviews,
Mm-hmm.
we're now having the first in-face interview.
Okay.
I don't need for my first interview. I just need to sit and talk to you and get to know you. After that, I can say, "Yo, perfect. I like her. Now let's raise the stakes. Let's raise the stakes." Until
Raise
then,
the
what am I raising
stake.
the stakes for, fam? Gucci. If Shorty don't like me for who I am, then say less, fam.
Fair
Because
enough.
what if you get there and
Mm-hmm.
you in the middle of eating, and you realize the bill's gonna be 125, 130 because you there like and you hate the dude you looking at. You all don't get along. Y'all can't stand each other.
Um,
What?
I don't think. Me personally, I can only speak for myself. I'm not. Why are you looking at me like that? I can only speak for myself. If I don't like the dude, vex money, and I'm not spending a whole bunch of money. I'm actually always mindful of how much.
Ma'am, what I'm saying to you is, what if you guys meet, you guys order your appetizer, conversation is
Mm.
going good.
So,
Sorry, ma'am. Some of us take our time here. See, this is why some of y'all be get caught up. Let me teach you a lesson. Quick one-on-one lesson. When
because
you
if
go on
it's
a date,
appetizer, main meal, and dessert, that's gonna cost.
exactly. But technically, if you're smart on a date and it's a Dutch date on the first date, that's what I would
Mm-hmm.
do.
Okay.
Appetizer, and we're talking.
Mm-hmm.
If between the appetizer and the main meal, I realize I don't like you, I gotta pay for my appetizer and I'm out. Pay for my main meal and my appetizer. If I
That
don't
is
like you
fair.
there between that time period,
Yeah,
I ain't gotta buy no dessert.
that's
So what
fair.
I'm talking about, if
Mm,
you you had appetizer, it's going good.
mm,
You had main,
mm,
and in the middle of main it goes good. And then
mm.
while y'all waiting for the dessert, but dessert got ordered after you went for the dessert, you realize no, this person is not it. The realization hits you then. You are still in too deep. You got to pay for that. So what I'm saying is, if you have a coffee afterwards, you can be like, yeah, cool, cool, cool. You know what? Thank you. You get up. He won't even mind paying a little $25 for whatever. It was an experience for both of you. Or you pay a little $10, $15 and you go about your business. That's what I'm saying.
Cool.
Now there is no pressure. You guys can actually genuinely be yourself. When a lot of men, when they spend money, that much money,
Mhm.
they go into it and they feel like they have to get something out of it. So a lot of women wonder why men get overly aggressive sometimes on first dates, and they become pushy and they become, oh, you're gonna call me, right? Because they feel like they've invested something. Like, and not a little bit, a lot, right? That man, he worked hard. He has his money in his hand. No,
But
but
that's why you
if
said
it's,
go Dutch.
I get that, yes, and that's fine.
And
But
well,
if it's a
okay.
coffee
So
date,
if you
but
go
if it's a coffee
Dutch,
date,
but wait. If you go Dutch, regardless, isn't the pressure not there?
no,
If
it's
you
still there
agreed
because
to
I
go,
spent
Oh, thank God. Okay. Wow. Wow.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Hey, yes. Can you hear us?
So I was told that I was losing the fight, and maybe that's why the power went out.
uh,
Oh man.
W.
Mm.
Nah, I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is in those situations. Like everybody has their things that they want to, that they okay with and not okay with. I
Yeah.
think for me, it's like I see it as a valid date, and it's okay, right? I feel like yeah, for you because of your job, it's like somebody who's like, oh, I'm a barista at Starbucks. I'm not trying to be like, yo, I'm trying to go to my job to have a date. I get that, like that's different.
Mhm.
But for a person too
However.
who works at like Jack Astor's or works at like a high end restaurant, like I'm not trying to go to that for my date either. Like everybody has like set preferences, but what I'm saying is, for a regular person, coffee date is a good date. It's a date that just shows that it's cool, it's easy, it's breezy, no drama. It's all fly
No
and dandy,
drama.
and that's all I'm trying to say.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Hold on. I didn't even look at any of the comments before, except the Dusty one. Missing proper communication with each other at this whole time.
Man, I'm actually pissed that the power went out.
Saved by the power
That
outage.
I think he was losing that fight, boo boo.
Hmm. On the ropes. On the ropes.
ah,
She was like,
stand up, stand.
Throw in the towel. Throw in the white flag.
she's like, I don't want that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Oh man.
Emergency power plug.
Exactly.
Man, for a second I thought it was Maxwell. I was like, dang. But then you're in the same scenario, so boom bum bum. Is there anything you'd want to tell the folks since I don't
You're
want to
thrown
get
off now.
mollywopped?
Okay, so one interesting topic
Yes.
that I said we were talking about today was we
Mm.
also earlier that we should probably mention, and it's a conversation I kind of always wanted to kind of have, especially because I know in the space there's a lot of black people in that follow your pod. One of the
Mhm.
things is, so I heard today that Canada is signing a deal with Hyundai in Korea,
Mhm.
and that deal,
But
so they
sorry.
had said they were going to give $320 trillion to the U.S.
Yeah.
And they, with the whole situation that occurred, if people follow the news, where they had kicked all of those people out of the U.S. through immigration when ICE pulled up in Georgia, they said that they're going to split that between Canada and Mexico now. And being that China has had some issues with Mexico, and China is more so leading to doing stuff with Canada for North America,
Mhm.
we're looking at there could be a possible influx of investment wise from Hyundai in Korea of up to like
Mhm.
$150 trillion, right? And which is
Wow,
like
stickened.
they want to start building cars, car batteries for electric vehicles, and all these different things up here. And one of the
Mhm.
things that I always wanted to have the conversation about was, especially people within our community, starting to get
Mhm.
ready and paying attention to news and information like this, so that we can start setting ourselves up for us to be able to find ways to kind of make money off of these influxes, right? So if you have a situation where something like this is occurring, hey, what can I build from now so when that does
Mhm.
come, I'm able to
Yeah.
find a way to generate some money, right? And that's one thing I think that sometimes in finance we talk a lot about saving, we talk a lot about investing, but we also need to focus upon
Mhm.
opportunities and being able to see
True.
those opportunities coming from a mile away and saying, how can I situate myself to find a way to make money? So if these people are doing cars and they're going to be moving electric cars, but those cars can be made. Let's say they build the factory in London, or they build a factory between here and Kingston. The cars are not going
Mhm.
to be able to make it. Do I want to
Yeah.
do a hot shot, which is get a pickup truck, get a 4-car trailer, and I can move some of the cars and I can make money that way. I can put a friend in the car and I can make money that way. Like, are we looking at these kind of ways for us to build our businesses and kind of find extra ways to make passive income, as we always say, which
For
is
sure.
important, right? So, like, I always wanted to say, like, just pay
Mhm.
attention to the news, kind of see what's going on, be mindful of that, so that we have the opportunity to say to ourselves, hey, this is a possibility. They're gonna I mean, that's a publicly traded company. Once they come here, are you going to invest into some businesses here? Look and see which businesses may work with them so that you can invest in them, because those businesses stocks are going to rise pretty quickly. So I think those are things that we need to also kind of have as a community and chat about, because we need to
Mm-hmm.
also make sure that we're not the ones always there looking for people
Or
to
lost
give
on
us
the
the
riff.
handout, yeah, or be like, oh, I can
Mm.
get a job with a person. No, how about we kind of get ahead and establish something for us to say, hey, we're kind of we want a piece of this pie also.
Exactly. And I agree, because it's like, if we think about the industrial world, or technology, or stocks, or even crypto, like Tim does, those are things that we were lagging in, except crypto. I feel like crypto, we're at that stage where we all got the knowledge at the same time, and we just had to be more, um we just had to pay attention more. So even
Yeah,
like this
proactive as well.
contract, yeah, being proactive is like this contract that you've mentioned. Now I have to, get the article and look at it, and be able to find opportunities on how to jump on jump on the opportunity, so I'm not missing out on this run. Because like we not saying we missed out on the stocks and crypto or real estate, but we're at that opportunity where we can be at the same starting line as everyone else, and it
Yeah, I
it comes
mean,
with, yeah.
yeah, because you look at it like a lot of people now, a lot of people who made their money,
Mm-hmm.
they kind of got in when industries were being built and
100%.
Exactly.
industries were started. So this is a situation where something new is coming in, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be people, of course, who are going to be chosen because of race, because it's an Asian community. So some people may have
But it's
that.
also monopoly. The automotive industry is a monopoly.
It is,
Right?
but within that monopoly, there's also parts that
So.
they will send out to small people. So hey, listen, we
100%.
don't care
Mm-hmm.
about who moved the cars to the dealerships.
Mm.
We don't care about who moves this here. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
we want to know, we're gonna need trucks to bring in parts.
Mm.
Like we need to start getting into stuff like that, right? We don't always have to be the stuff, because the guy that's bringing in the parts, the guy who's bringing driving the cars to the dealership, the guy
Mm.
who's doing, those people make great money same way,
For
right?
sure.
Like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we need to look at the opportunity. It may not lead to $1 million, but it may lead to $200,000 a month, or
Yeah.
$50,000 a month, or $60,000 a month. But that's 60,000. I mean, and that's talking about after you've paid everything off.
Yeah, all your expenses.
After your expenses,
Yeah.
people have to understand, like, that $50,000 a month could end up being leading to something amazing for you, right?
100%.
Right? It could lead to where they go, oh, great work. Can we give you more? Right? Look at the people
Mm-hmm.
who did that with Amazon. Look how many of these companies, people think the people who
Golly
deliver for
ball.
Amazon, these are small businesses,
Mm.
right? These are not Amazon workers. These are small businesses. A guy went and said,
Mm-hmm.
oh, Amazon, these people, I'm gonna buy 30
Or
transit cans,
rent.
transit vans.
Yeah.
No, they bought them. I have
They
some
bought them.
clients. They bought those vans,
Shit.
Yeah.
imported them from the US, bought them, brought them
Mm.
here. And what they have is they have drivers that work day and drivers that work
Yeah.
nights. And those guys run those vans all day.
Yeah.
And then on the weekends, or sometimes they'll have like an overflow. One guy will take the car and he'll get it repaired. And they'll just keep getting it repaired. Like, people are finding ways to make money. And the guy who's running this, he's just sitting there chilling, because all he got was
Yeah.
the Amazon contract.
You
But
want to know
see,
what's funny?
that's not easy to get though.
No,
Well,
those
look
are
what's about to happen with Canada Post. They're trying to get rid of day-to-day delivery.
Yeah, we had the
Those
conversation yesterday on
individuals.
our pod.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Those
so those individuals
individuals.
too, they're gonna need jobs. Like, and that's what I'm trying to say. So like, there's opportunities here, and sometimes as people, we don't look at the opportunities.
We don't look outside the box.
Um, no, like the opportunities we look
Not
for are
all.
always like the basic ones. We don't gotta think outside the box. And sometimes you look at politics. If you look at politics,
Mm-hmm.
you can
Yeah.
actually look at the flow of money. And people need to. And nobody's saying you have to be political, but if you see
Mm-hmm.
the U.S. is turning down and having issues, well, if North America is North America, and all these
Yeah.
companies are going to still want to have a footprint in North America, where's the
Mm-hmm.
next best place to do that footprint? Canada, right? Mexico is also there, but you got to deal with the cartel. So
Mm-hmm.
there's all these little things, and you have to kind of figure out, like, and that's how people look at trends, right? You look at what's happening, what governments are saying, which governments, like, China, South
Yeah.
Korea, and Japan are working together. So now you're gonna go, okay, well, if China has issues with Mexico. Well, they need to get a footprint in North America. Where they're gonna go?
Yeah.
Okay, the Prime Minister of
Exactly.
Canada, he was in
Mhm.
finance. He was big. He used to do a lot of work with China during COVID. Well, he has a great relationship with the Prime Minister of China. What do you think he's gonna say? I'm the Prime Minister now, bro. Come, bring some money here. BYD's been trying to get into North America. Guess what? Trump and them is talking about they're gonna put tariffs on us. Remember,
Yeah.
US just took all the tariffs off of China. I mean, Canada did. Canada took all the tariffs off of China.
Huh.
They said, "Yo, don't worry about that. We got you. Come, bring it through." So now they start bringing over their
Opportunities.
cars. They start bringing over more of their products, their
Mhm.
people. Now you have the influx of money coming in. We need to start looking at opportunities and not just be sitting here going. So that's what I've been looking at. Like, hey, listen, pay attention to it. I've been on my friends about it. Like, hey, if we see opportunities for us to find ways for we can make money here, let's do so.
Mhm. So where do you
Is it-
think, sir?
No, go on, go on.
I'm thinking, where's the first places you look to be entwined with that information? Because I know like a lot of people are like to be distracted more so than educated. So where like I guess my question is, where's the first step with people having that conversation?
So I'll jump in real quick. So the caveat
Mhm.
with Brooklyn, though, he works
Mhm.
in this industry already. Like he's in automotive,
True.
so he's already ahead of everybody else because he's already has a business in this space. So he's already
Exactly.
thinking about, okay, I already have an existing business. How can I
Mhm.
now position my business to
Mhm.
capitalize on maybe some ancillary revenue streams from these companies coming into the economy here?
Sure, but I also thought about like other companies, other people too. Like, hey, listen, when all these uh other products are coming in from Asia, they're
Mm,
going to need people
Mhm.
to deliver them.
fair enough.
True.
Trucks, like the truck drivers, they're gonna need people. They're gonna start opening different types of stores. Maybe you want to go. If you're into retail, hey, maybe I need to jump in
Mhm.
and say, hey, which companies pay
Pivot
attention to
there.
the market and say which companies are coming out. Maybe I want to see if I can say, hey, let me pay attention. As soon as this comes up, let me send my resume. Right?
Mm.
Hey, this company is gonna come. They're gonna need an accountant. They're gonna need somebody who understands how the system up here works.
Yes.
Right?
True.
On a minute level. So they may say, hey, we need 10 accountants. They're not gonna bring in somebody from the US or from China. They're gonna say, hey, listen, you work there, let's do that, right? So there are gonna
True.
be little situations where we need to just look at opportunities within our industry, pay
Mhm.
attention to the news. Like every day I go on X and I look and see politics just to see what's going, what's being said, what's being done,
Mhm.
and then read up on it and see what's going on. He's not a big fan, but he just waits for me to tell him what's going on. Right? That's my brother. So he just waits.
He's my news feed, exactly.
Right. I
So
have like
basically,
my
you
friend
have
Randy.
someone with a news feed.
Yeah, I have my friend Randy, who, as
Yeah.
you call him, look what you call him.
What do I call him again?
I don't know.
The
Never
financial Hulk.
mind.
Yeah,
Don't say it.
financial Hulk. That's she called him.
The financial Hulk.
Yes, and
You're so dumb.
we talk about stuff like that all the time, and
Okay,
we
and
talk about spaces and different situations.
that's why it's important. I'm glad you say that. I think it's important for like whatever circle you have, like to see what type of interest everyone has and try to educate everyone, right? And not every time we have to talk about what's going on with Love is Blind or whatnot, but like actually having these conversations so we can be financially fit, or not
I think
having
some
these
part of it is also like you
handcuffs
need
on
to also
us.
have people around you that are willing to expand their horizons. Like
Hmm.
you can't have everybody that we all can't have the same interest. If you
Exactly.
and your Virgin all have the same interests, it's never going to work. So you guys need to have similar interests, have a little bit of different interests, because everybody's
Mhm.
bringing something to the pot. If everybody's
Yeah.
throwing the same ingredients in, we're not making nothing.
Exactly.
What if it tastes nice? What if it tastes sweet? Sorry.
No, it's not
Carry
working
on.
because it's the same thing we're putting in. If we're all if we're all making a stew and everybody gets there's water, there's onions, garlic, all that stuff, and everybody's supposed to bring it in. Everybody just throwing in the same beef and like, yo, fam, nothing else. Like we
We're all
don't got
adding salt.
yeah.
You're gonna have a
No,
sodium overload, right?
nobody has no dumplings. Nobody has no bananas. Nobody has no um.
Paprika, no other flavor. Just the same
Nothing.
salt. Just throwing salt.
Some
Nobody.
thyme. Some
Nobody
don't
have
forget the
potatoes.
thyme.
Thyme.
Exactly.
Right? Nobody got a little bit of chicken broth. Like nobody has nothing. It's just the same
Right?
thing. It's not gonna be anything. It's gonna be water and beef.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair.
Like what are we doing? Like, right? I mean, and then we clown on white
Okay.
people for not seasoning their foods. The same shit. Season your friendships.
Well,
That was a good segue.
hold on.
Season your friendship.
Season your friendships.
Season.
But I agree,
Golly.
1000%.
Like we all can't be the boss. We all can't be everybody has to have a role in your friendship. One person needs to be the money man. One person needs to be the guy who can see the trends. One person needs to be the research guy.
Yeah.
One person
So
needs to be the
marketing.
person that says, yo, marketing,
Yeah, execution,
execution,
strategy, all that.
strategy,
Yeah.
logistics guy. Some people may have multiple hats.
Yeah.
But you need to have people around you that you can build something with, right? And you take what we were talking about relationships, it's the same thing. In your relationship, you guys need to wear different hats, and everybody needs to know their strengths. And it's okay to know that you have a weakness. I know my weaknesses. Whatever my weakness is, I lean on my brethren to say, hey, yo, I've leaned on him, I've leaned on you. I'll be like, hey, listen, I ain't good at this. So
You don't say it often, but
I mean,
hey, time out.
I was gonna say too many things I'm not really that good at.
Yeah, he's good at a lot of stuff.
But the reason why is that though is because at some point in time in my life, I've dealt with it and I've researched it and I've said, let me learn this. And now that I've learned it,
ability.
It may not be my strong point, but I understand it to at least to the point where I can survive, right? Yeah. But if I need extra help, then I can come to someone and say, "Hey, listen, this ain't my thing." Like perfect example with me and my taxes. When I came to you, like, yo, I've hit my limits. I tried. I did all I had to do. I sent in the information. I did everything, and they're like, "No." And you were like, "All right, let me look at it. Oh, I got this. I know what the problem is." Yeah, but I knew, and I know also my personality. If I call one of them people and they say something out to me, I'm losing my shit, and I'm gonna have to pay because they're gonna be like, "No, we can't let him talk to people like that."
Oh, you gonna say it like that? Bet, say less.
Yeah.
Hold
the
this
first
tax
thing I'm
bill.
saying is, bitch. So I know me. I'm not gonna do that to myself. So for me personally, I felt like that's the situation that I've learned to thrive in, which is know yourself, know what seasonings you bring to your friendships, and stick to that part of the kitchen. This is your strength. Stay there, right? And then from there you can do that. And in relationships, we have to do the same thing. Know your strengths in a relationship. Yo, know what your partner's weaknesses are. You need to know what your weaknesses are, and that's the most important. Know your weaknesses, right? And you need to know what your partner's strength, so that you guys can trust each other to go back and forth. As a community as a whole, I feel like what we do is we tend to want to be like, oh, I need to be him and I need to be the leader. And it's like, not really, bro. Like if you're good at, he's good at business. That's his thing. I'll come to him like, yo, here is my idea. Here is what I see. Here is and he'd be like, I get back to you. And then he does his little, do a little market research, come back with all his, he does his SWOT analysis, and then he comes back and he says, this is what I see, bro. Yes, or and then we'll go back and forth. And then he'll say, yo, what do you think about this idea? I'm like, because this is what I know from what I see from the market or what I see from, and that's what you need to do.
All right. So season your friendship, season your relationship, or not relationship, sorry, relationship.
Some
people are polyamorous.
You gotta season that too. You gotta be out here like, yo. So listen to me, short days.
Yeah, no judgment.
No judgment, but
I am not judging.
This, you do that. Everything is proper. We all lovey-dovey.
Well, you did say make sure have different folks that the money person, the market person, all that stuff. So
if you got multiple ladies, then each one could do something different. You could have a banker, you could have a nurse, you could have a teacher. You got to make sure that you got to have a proper roster though.
You got a whole S corp right there, all the different departments internally.
Yeah. See how I wanted to talk about
all you got to make sure is you got a good HR.
Exactly. You need a good HR for sure.
Just when shit go left, she gonna be like, wait, guys. That's all talk.
I can't stand you guys. Anyways, how can the folks find y'all? Since the power outage made me stop getting mollywopped and stuff, but it's cool. How can the folks find?
I'm not a big social media guy, but if you want to find me, You can find me on X. I
Not
don't
even
remember
that.
what
The
my
business, your
my
business,
thing
your
on X
business.
is.
I think it's Brooklyn Joseph.
It's Brooklyn Joseph.
Yeah,
Yes, it's Brooklyn Joseph.
Oh,
That's my X. Um, I tend to
AKA
post stuff.
Twitter for folks.
Yes,
Yeah, X,
yes.
formerly known as Twitter.
Formerly
Yeah.
known as Twitter. I tend to mostly post stuff about like crypto, sports, and anime.
Mhm.
That's kind of my
True,
passions.
true. AKA the background. I don't have it because of the power outage, but you'll send it to me and I'll put it in the
My company name
show.
for
Yeah.
leasing is
Mm.
HBBS Leasing. Well,
Wait, what is
HBBS
it?
Equipment, Auto and Equipment Leasing. That's what it is. HBBS Auto and Equipment
I feel
Leasing.
like you're
You can
typing.
find us online at hbbsleasing.com. We do everything from trucks to dental offices to barbershops to salons to whatever. We lease all those. It's lease to buy. So we do those also. And then you can also find me and this guy Friday nights on X. And then we have Majestic and Rye with us, and we are the Wealthy Anonymous crew.
And the account is just the Wealthy Anon, I believe.
Yes, and
yeah,
then
at Wealthy on Twitter.
and on X, so we are the Wealthy Anon, and
I'll
we
put everything afterwards. The
we
struggle
do
is real.
all that
Actually,
great jazzy stuff, and we
Mhm.
talk crazy.
ooh,
like
I forgot.
What?
I forget.
I know. I knew where you're going, but I had to chill. I almost forgot because I always ask this question. What's something? Or wait, what was my question? The question of the week. I'll ask that one actually.
Mhm.
The question of the week. What's one financial myth about relationships you used to believe in? I'll ask that one.
One financial myth you used to believe in the past.
Yeah, about
I never believed in any
relationships.
financial myth when it comes to relationships.
I didn't either, but I think we're conditioned, especially our generation, and us being, um, young African American men, that the man is supposed to take care of all the financial, expectations.
That's you. I wasn't taught that.
Okay.
My myth would be that everything is 50-50. That is a
Interesting.
lie.
Mm.
Nothing is 50-50 in a relationship. I'm talking about financially. It's never 50-50.
Mm.
It's 60-40, 70-30, 80-20. It depends on the month, it depends on the day. That will be the one that I think a lot of, and that, I wasn't taught that, but that's the one that I think a lot of people were taught.
Interesting.
Wait. Say it again. Because I said a myth.
Yes. A myth is that everything is 50-50.
Oh, okay. Because then you started saying, I was
No.
like, okay.
And not that so. Not go so. Not go so at all.
Wait.
Is that an
Tim,
American culture thing, you think? I think for me, growing up
or
in
North
Canada,
of-
a lot of things were taught. The man, like, he takes care of
I don't
majority
know
of
if
the
it's
bills.
American culture thing. I mean, I grew up in the States, and so that's why everybody keeps saying. I just say everybody knows, but I don't know if it's an American culture
I
thing. I just think you hear it all the time, like marriage is
worldwide.
50-50, and you got to be 50-50. I just think it's just something.
I never heard that before.
I heard that a lot in the States.
Growing up, I never heard
In the States, I grew that a lot.
Yeah.
So it's like 50-50, right? Especially if your wife works.
Yeah.
Now, if she doesn't work, and she's a stay-at-home mom, then do what you gotta do. But then you would depends on relationships, whatever you say goes. That's kind of the rules that people used to say.
Interesting.
Hey, just let you know what was said. I'm not saying I believe in it, just saying what was said. Right?
I
So
think that's
when I got
worldwide.
down, they were like, I ain't trying to hear that now. I ain't trying to hear that.
I think, Tim, you had a question for me, but I don't know if you remember the question. Maybe I gotta.
I
No.
forgot the question. I'm sorry.
Ooh, Saved by the Bell. Watch ya.
Saved by the Bell.
Thank you guys for coming on. I just wanted to have like a fun episode, and I also want to say, Broski, you are one of the people that have always had my back and it's been a rough quarter. But it was very special for you to actually come true and help lighten this the ending of the Q3. I'm hoping Q4 is way better than Q3.
It will be. It will be. Manifest it.
You realize
Yes.
they're off, right?
Look, you're the lucky charm,
The
right? You bring this infectious
shoulder.
energy.
You're
She needed
so
your vibrant
annoying.
energy to lift her up and lift up the audience.
No, listen, I will say this.
Let's hear this. It's being recorded.
Miss
Remember
Beverly.
that. Mm.
Miss Beverly. As I
Mhm.
like that. As I actually like to say Miss Gwyneth
Full
Beverly.
name. Can't say. Can't shorten it.
Can't. Um, she may ask me to do something. One of her last things she asked me to do before she moved on to a better place was to say to me, look after Kim Cam. Like, I know you guys have a really cool connection. You guys see a lot of things similarly. And one of the things that is that you know how to speak to her when she's a little bit out of sorts. You can always pull her back from her going left or right. Um,
Ooh.
so that conversation happened a few days before she went to the hospital.
Mhm.
So that stuck to me where it's like, that is my responsibility. There's a lot of, you know me, I take responsibilities very seriously. And if it's something that I said I'm going to do, I'm going to do.
Word is bond.
Yes, I live by that word is
Mhm.
bond. So for me,
Sorry, turn it
There we
off.
go. There you go.
so for me, when it
Mhm.
comes to you, you are not my sister or from another mother. You're my sister. My dad sees you as his kid, same way. So
Mhm.
you will always be your family to me. And family isn't always blood. Sometimes family is the ones you choose to be family.
Facts.
And we chose to be each other's family. It wasn't like I chose you, you said no. We chose to be brothers and
Mutually.
sisters.
Yeah.
And that mutual relationship means a lot to me.
Yeah.
So my kid calls you auntie. And she's
Cute.
always, where's Auntie Cam? And blah, blah, blah. So at the end of the day, you are family. And I will always have the family I chose, I will always have their back. So you never have to thank me again because it's my responsibility. The
Unsung.
same way I
And it's
feel.
recorded. Some people make sure you remember this. If I'm trying to be disrespectful to me, so
Will be disrespectful. That is not something I never said. I said I have your back. I never said I wouldn't tell you about yourself. That's a whole different
Exactly.
story,
It's
man.
part of his DNA.
I can't not do that. You asking me to not tell you about to not be myself is wild. So yes, I will tell you about yourself with the quickness.
Oh
Right. So,
my gosh.
but no,
Thank you.
like
Thank you.
listen, we all have our rough patches. I think I had mine dealing with work stuff.
Of course.
I had him and Majestic and Ryan, those people here for me the same way who were like very gun ho on like, yo, we got your back and you'll
Mhm.
get through this and we'll pray with you and we'll do this with you. We'll do everything, right?
And lean on us, yeah. We're here. Open the door. You need something? Just
And
hit us.
you were even there for me. And it was 2 weeks of me like stressing, but I got through it and
Yeah.
I made certain changes. So I've never put myself in that situation again. But that being said, it's what family's for, what friends are for, right? And like I said, everybody has their strengths and everybody has the things that they're great at and they're good at. And you
Mhm.
need to know who to lean on, who to be there for. And you know who has your back when
Mhm.
things aren't good.
Yes.
When it's good, they'll be there.
Yeah.
When things get rough, when you need people, when you're out of sorts, when sometimes you may be a little bit rude or you may be a little bit annoyed, and you may call and come out of pocket sometimes and be like, yo, I need this from you. And they can hear the desperation in your voice. They can check you, but they can also say, but I got your back.
Yeah.
Right? I have your back this time, but don't let yourself get in a situation ever again.
Oh
Right?
gosh. I know. What was it? You know better fee?
Yes, you know better fee.
Mhm.
Yes. And I live with my friends. You know better fee.
Yeah.
Right? But it's because I need you to understand that this is something that you should never be doing or you should be in this situation ever again. So that's all it is for me.
Facts.
But you never have to thank me. Thank your mom because that's the person that asked me to make sure that I did what I had to do for you.
On
But
that
thank you for
note.
having us though. The
I
Wealthy
ain't
Anonymous
trying.
crew
You
definitely
ain't
thanks
trying to
you.
get me
You know who you need to have next?
emotional.
You need to have Majestic next.
1000%.
You and Majestic needs
Woo!
to have. That's the conversation.
Yeah.
I will gladly be there as part of that conversation.
I want
Yeah.
to be a witness. I want to be like a
Or
spectator.
we could do something where we do it in the at the house here. And we could do
Yeah.
something where we all sit and we can have a conversation about legit. I mean, I have a
I just need to know how to
what's his name here? I have
do
a
it.
tripod. And we can just do something where we all sit and we talk. And we can have a conversation and we can talk about conversation about men and women because then you won't be by yourself.
Thank
You have
God, because
backup,
I
Mhm.
right? So you have backup. So whenever you hit on the rope, somebody gonna come and just how and when you know Majestic,
You got
she's
that right hook and left hook.
you know
And the
Majestic.
uppercut.
You know Majestic is
Oh,
nice with these hands.
Yeah.
So she's nice with these verbal hands. So I think it would be nice for we just do a collab with the Wealthy Anonymous crew and you, and we can talk about
Oh,
all different things. And we can do something that we could do, once a quarter, just something that we could talk about, so that everything, not sometimes everything needs to be
serious,
so only
serious.
finance based, but we can also have conversations about finances and also personal things. Because people, if you remember, like health and wealth go together, right? And
Hand in
mental
hand.
True.
health. And sometimes it's easy to get a break and get to laugh and joke and just be your true self.
Yeah.
Yeah. Facts. Facts. Thank you, folks. Thank you.
Yeah,
Fellas.
anytime.
It's a long thing. It's 2 hours, but it's not the longest. But I've enjoyed it.
Definitely. So did
I
I. As the better looking one with the dreads.
all right.
It's the
All right.
Superfly over here.
I need you to
I
relax.
like that earring though. See the earring he's rocking? I like that earring he's rocking though.
You see her face?
That's
When I said it, she wanted to grab her dreads and be like, "This
Are you
mother-"
dumb?
Exactly. Mhm. Both hair with
Are
your
you
luscious
dumb?
locks.
She's like,
Okay.
"You disrespect my lusciousness." She's like, "You see the length of these? I have it hanging today. Does he understand?" She's like,
She's like,
"The
I gotta hang
disrespect."
it with the beret.
Yeah.
I'm wearing the beret.
Exactly.
She's like the this. Well, we all know why she wears the beret though.
Why?
Hey.
Oh,
Hey.
yeah.
Hey.
So you chose violence, eh?
No,
I was bigging you up on the beret stuff.
she hasn't got a fresh twist up in her
I
mirror. So
will
she's like,
mute
routine-
you off the like.
Can't make
Anyways,
one. Nobody knew. We couldn't tell. On camera,
Well, I know some
the
people
dreads
know.
look very
But
luscious.
it is what it is. But also I have my financial affirmation cards. Thank you for broadcasting it. So thank you for the support and boom bam bam. Make sure you guys cop it, Etsy, everything. It's in the show notes. And yeah, I think there's 3 more days till September's done. So make the best of Q3. Take a guy out if you want, whether it's a date.
I'm gonna take
a
myself out
hangout.
right now. I'm gonna go get me some food upstairs.
All right. On that note, folks, make sure you like, comment, tell a friend, and make sure treat the individuals you like, love, and things with respect, love, and don't financially handcuff them. Okay.
All right.
Until
Take care.
next time.
Thanks for having us.
Peace
Peace out.
Bye.
I just wanna be free with my people to prosper and hold it down. Don't you sit and wait, contemplating on a revolution. The time